If I told you the things I've seen on my ways, if I told you the things I've done in my days, you wouldn't believe me anyway. So it's best I just don't say. I've lived 1,000 lives, I piloted 1,000 souls, I killed and fought and died just for a single role.
Well, hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Really here.
And welcome to session 4 of Exodus in Mongoose Traveler 2nd Edition. My name is Stu. I'm your GM.
Yep.
To my left.
I am Riley O'Connor,
God, it's the name of my character.
and I am.
Is your mic
whoa,
muted?
Sorry. No.
What's that?
Is it on?
And
Okay.
I'm Riley O'Connor, played by Kimi, and I am a truther. So, and I got my first followers this last time. So I have an ancient artifact that I believe is truly powerful and has major significance. And I have very little to back that up. So, but people
As long as you don't
me.
start the next anti-vax campaign,
Oh,
it will all be good.
That's fine. Hopefully we're far enough in the future that that's not a thing anymore.
Right, I like to think so.
Yeah, that's my choice.
Hey guys, I'm Joey. I'm playing Milo Hawkins, a former diplomat and now face of our party, who is trying to keep everybody alive and keep everybody happy, and got laid last game. Yay!
Yay!
Hi, I'm Stork. I'm playing Vesa Simola, ex-Marine, ex-Scout,
Colonist?
ex-Colonist, I think that's it. Just a lot of X's.
Ex-parrot.
Ex-parrot. Expat. So, yeah, I failed out on a lot of things. And now I'm, doing this. Riding the highways and byways of the star lanes.
Hi, I'm Pooja. I am playing Shari Melnyk, and I am an ex-intelligence agent, and I also got laid last time. Yay! It's important to have your priorities. Check.
All right. Last session, does anyone remember what happened? I took copious notes, turns out.
You did?
Yeah.
You're going to have to remind us because we were actually
you
still
being
trying to piece it
sarcastic?
together.
No.
Oh.
Okay, here we go. Riley gave the lurker pheromone samples to the leader of the settlement on Dolan's Peak. The captain of the Cap Trooper Company took them for safekeeping, quote unquote.
Quote, yeah.
Heavy quotes.
Okay, we forgot that little detail. We don't trust them, yeah.
The crew left Dolan's Peak system for 70 Opiuchi for refitting with a J2A drive. When they arrived, there was a mishap when docking with the station, and the ship suffered decompression in the engineering section.
It was mostly cosmetic.
Right.
The damage was mostly cosmetic.
Cosmetics to Stork's feet.
Right.
Could only
Your
be an
character's name is
improvement.
Shari, is that right? Mm-hmm. That's okay. Shari met with one of her contacts at the university, a geneticist who knows about psionics. They arranged a dead drop, and she provided her with the genome of the lurkers. The rest of the party and Two Crows met with his associate, and they were ready to import genetic information to make a computer model of the lurkers. Shari suggested the network might be monitored, so they disconnected it from the system, and Two Crows and his associate got to work. The party partied, and Two Crows worked. The party met drunk professors who were building and studying the J2A drive. Riley got a crash course. The next morning, Two Crows had the model and summoned the party. He told them that 3 linked lurkers had near human intelligence, 10 to 20 had human intelligence, 50 surpassed human intelligence. They have a portion of their brains that create a psionically distributed mind. they turned in a report to the Exodus Foundation field rep.
Oh, yeah.
It was lengthy, and she said she would send the message via extra encryption. Shari went to the dead drop and got the information from her contact. The lurkers contain genetic material that is consistent with animals on Caliban. The party leaves for Caliban. They arrive. Shari notices that there's insects farming, and that's where we ended it.
That's right.
And I mentioned that to Stork when he first got here, and he's like, "What?"
I think it was like the last thing you said, too. It
Yeah.
was pretty much like, on your way in, it looks like you might be planting seeds of some sort. And let's end it there. And we were like, what?
Oh, also, we got, the professors told us that it was Lilia Padilla on the board of directors of the Exodus Foundation is the reason why we got RG 2A drive.
Right.
I mean, Caliban is also the place where this band is performing, yes?
Yes.
Yes.
For some strange reason, they picked an out-of-the-way
I mean,
sulfur
they-
planet
they-
to party at.
They're
No,
doing
it's
it
a-
as part of
it's
the
a protest.
resistance against
Yeah. They're kind of the U2 of Caliban.
They just saved
prior to, them teaming up with Apple to force their material down our throats.
Yeah.
Or Julie Taymor doing a really bad musical about Spider-Man.
it. Oh.
That killed people. That musical killed people.
Did somebody actually die or just somebody got badly hurt, I thought?
No, someone died.
Multiple people got badly injured, and someone died.
Yeah.
It's just like on the Spider-Man movie. Anyway, carry on.
Safety first, kids.
Yeah.
All right. So you were, as I recall, you were all vac suited up and walking along to basically the entrance to the main habitat area. So
Marveling at the crystal beauty of this
right.
picturesque
And
planet.
little tiny crystalline insects that appear to be planting seeds in very neat little rows.
They're like the size of ants. They're just tiny
A
little.
little bigger, a little bigger than
crystalline
ants.
seeds. I'm
They're
so
probably
excited.
like a quarter of an inch, or like 3/4 of a centimeter. Something like that.
Isn't that how like exactly the size of ants? Like
Well,
carpenter
I guess
ants?
it depends on the ant.
Yeah, it does.
Because I think of ants now. I think of Argentinian ants, the little
Right.
black ones.
The
And
carpenter ants
they're
are-
teensy.
Oh.
Like those black carpenter ants are about half an inch.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, well yeah, and like the red ants that used to be all over the place
Yeah.
here, they got wiped out by the Argentinian ants. They were pretty big,
So
and they bit too.
are these,
I mean, fire ants are bitches.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like,
are these actually insect-like? They're like 6 legs kind of thing?
Yeah. Looking at
6,
them,
18, whatever.
whatever. I mean, they're not even a carbon-based life form, so sure. Yeah, they've got 6 legs.
Can you
gonna-
call them legs?
I'm going to pull up my little my handheld computer and look up this planet. Is there any mention of these life forms anywhere in the Wikipedia for Caliban?
Well, it mentions the fact that there's a lot of crystalline life forms, some of which are animal analogs, and some are plant analogs. It does not mention anything about farming. No, you don't see anything.
I mean,
like
they
that.
have said that, like in the reports that we have, they were like, "Oh, there's no sentient life
Yeah,
on
that's right. I'm like
Caliban."
Oh, I guess we're gaming.
Right.
Yeah, I'm like walking along, going, guys, there's not supposed to be anything here, right?
Well, they're animals. They've been, like, we all know they're just saying that they're not intelligent enough.
What animals farm?
No, I think that's pretty special.
I know on Old Terra some ants would farm. They would use fungi and stuff, and they'd even take other ants from other. But still, that shows some intelligence, not just microbial here. I mean, there's your actual.
Those are tiny seeds going in tiny rows.
Yes.
They're working for a purpose.
This is super disturbing.
Well,
Don't like.
I guess maybe that might be why this band is playing here. Maybe they've seen stuff like that. So there must be others who've seen this. If we've been here for 4 minutes, we can't be.
Yeah, for sure. If we've noticed this right away, there's no way we're the only ones who've seen it.
No.
Now, the lurkers that we encountered, they said that shared some characteristics of the creatures from this planet.
I don't believe so, no.
Genetic material.
Oh, yes.
Jinx.
GM can't speak for the rest of the game.
Be a short game.
Yeah.
Or
And
incredibly
see you
long.
next week.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they
So
pulled
are
genetic material from
these
this planet.
creatures also designed just like the lurkers were as weaponry?
There's no way to know just by.
I don't think we
second
know. We've been here about 5 minutes and we're walking to our rock concert.
Okay.
I mean, we could. I'm sure True Crows would be interested in looking into that if we wanted to do that. But if we think these things are intelligent, do we think it's great to just abscond with one of them?
Can I use my mobile communication device to do a quick recording of the creature's planet?
Sure.
Okay. I'll do that, and I can send it to Two Crows. Maybe we can try to identify what kind of the creatures are. Maybe similar creatures. Try to pinpoint where they are in like the ecosystem of Caliban.
Okay. You send it off.
So we got to be careful where we step because they're all over the place. Or
Well, there's
they're
a
outside.
path. There's a path
Right.
that leads from where the landing pads are to the airlock into the habitat.
If they're not smart enough to get off the path, then we don't need to worry about it.
That's not sapiens.
Yeah. Exactly. I mean,
That's
it's
Kimi
like if
saying
you
that.
have
That's
the
not Riley
if you
saying
have the intelligence, if you share the intelligence level of a possum. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to work up the
Yeah.
same
Yeah, where are you
level
going
of
with that?
angst.
Oh man, armadillos like anywhere in the Midwest.
Seriously,
Everywhere.
man. Just like it's like the old joke. How did why'd the armadillo cross the road? No one will never know because it got hit by a car on the way over.
Because no armadillo ever has made it across the road. All right. All right. So
Now that I've trotted out my dad joke.
it's very good. So where are we supposed to go for the tickets? Are they at the venue
Well,
or?
it should be at will call. That's what my contact mentioned.
Good. So it's off to will call we go. How long until the concert?
Oh, probably several days, maybe a week.
Oh, okay.
It's a ways.
Okay.
It's a ways off.
I was like, is it today? Is it?
I assume we were on our way to the concert.
I kind of did too.
too.
I kind of did too. Yeah.
Great, we have a week.
Good question. Good question. Good to know.
Yeah.
So we can look more into this and maybe see if we can't find out a little bit more about the planet while we're here. And, what the eco-terrorists are doing.
Right.
Just because I'm nosy.
If nothing else, maybe we can find out what the connection is between this planet and what is it, Donner's Peak?
Dolan's Peak.
Dolan's Peak.
Yeah. Donner's Peak.
Not a good name. Too soon, Stu. Too soon.
I don't know, hers pretty family friendly.
Anyone want a hand sandwich?
Yeah.
I always wanted to put up a restaurant at the top of Donner's Peak. It says, serving families since 1920. Sorry.
Sure.
No, you're not.
Well, if we've been here just a couple minutes and this is what we're seeing right along the walking path, I wonder what is kind of being hidden, because they put walking paths places they aren't trying to hide anything, and if this is the type of thing we're seeing from the behavior of the animals that are right near the cleared paths,
Then what the hell is going on where we're not, just exposed to it within the first 5 minutes of landing on the planet?
right? Exactly.
I'd love to find out.
We really need a xenobiologist. I'm not qualified for this. This is.
You can drive the hovercraft though.
I can do that.
Yeah.
We could get Ethan down here. I mean, he barely got to cut loose on the other planet. He was actually,
Wasn't that
working.
because people were looking for him? I don't know where this accent is. I can't find it today.
It's fine. Well, kind of. But that was on the last planet. That wasn't at the university. He, went and got a drink at the stodgy professor bar. It's hardly a vacation.
This wouldn't be a vacation either, though. He'd be looking at.
We should find out if there's any.
It's a working vacation.
We should find out if there's any rules or ordinances against going exploring a bit off the path.
I'm sure there has to be some kind of tool.
Or, you know, easier to ask forgiveness.
No, for sure. But if there's a rule against it in certain places, that means that that's where we should start looking. Because that means that's where there's stuff that they're hiding.
Makes a good point.
I like the way you're thinking today.
All right. Let's see.
Is there like the path leads to like a...
An airlock into the habitat.
All right.
Especially if
There's
she's
big,
like,
there's big domes.
do we need to like, we should secure on-planet accommodation.
Yeah.
Yes.
Probably, yeah.
So let's look into that.
All right. So we will continue walking, go to the airlock.
No, and it's when you come out of the airlock, there's sort of like a receiving area where there's like lockers and things like that, just like an airport. And then it opens up into sort of like a marketplace area where there's like stalls, people are selling stuff, and there's like a couple of like bars or restaurants and things like that.
I went to Caliban and all I got was this lousy T-shirt.
Exactly.
Those things.
Right.
Like, impress your friends. Give them this can of sulfur smell.
Caliban in a can, you know, where you add the little thing and it turns into crystals.
5 shops saying the same crystal formation.
Grown right here on Caliban.
And there's also there's at least one stall selling boiled hydrogen, like T-shirts and hats and gear, as it were. And there's also a couple of places where you can rent a room. It's not really a hotel or a motel because this is all inside of a dome, so it's kind of cramped.
We should probably get someplace close to the venue, though. I mean, I don't want to be 10 domes away from the concert.
Probably when you guys were approaching this settlement, you probably saw that they're actually building what looks like some sort of a enclosed amphitheater. And there's still construction going on. It's kind of on a mesa, like the settlements here. There's like a mesa over here, and it's kind of sitting on top of it. And you can see it's got lots of seating and stuff like that.
So, I mean, I guess you could just take shuttles over there once it's built. That's where the concert's going to take place. So I guess.
And they're even building like the little hamster trail too.
Okay.
Yeah, got it.
So I guess it doesn't matter. Anywhere's good.
However, the closer we get to that location, perhaps the better the accommodations will be.
How far from the ship are we now?
The ship is in orbit.
No, I know, but from our shuttle. We can sleep on the shuttle, right?
Yeah. I mean, it's not big, but I mean, you could. It won't be comfortable. It doesn't have like rooms.
I could sleep in a car. I could sleep in...
Sure. Yeah.
I mean, we've all
Why
done.
would you?
There's space for it, certainly.
I mean, we've all done rougher, but like, shouldn't we mingle a bit too? We'll pick up more information by being at least nominally normal and social.
Exactly. What are you
Well,
afraid
not
of?
all of us have the disposable income to have like a super nice room, y'all.
I'm just saying, like, these little, like, pods or whatever that they're renting out here seem reasonable.
Yes, they're very reasonable.
I mean,
Riley
we
is
don't have to
broke.
get...
Riley has no money. Riley
Technically,
rolls
we're
terribly.
getting paid by the Exodus Foundation, and we have been under their employ for at least a month.
Stu, when do I
Yeah,
get
you
my
probably
paycheck?
have.
Because that's going to change my character sheet and my willingness to maybe stay in a place.
Because, like, we've
every
spent
week
at
we
least
get-
a month on the ship.
Like probably every 2 weeks or something, you get a
Deposit.
transfer. Yeah.
And then a little chip embedded in our arms.
Yeah.
We could just wave at things because corporate America.
Right.
I mean, corporate the universe.
Yeah, absolutely. So how much do one of these little pods cost, Stu? Because I know you love
Shopping
games.
episodes?
I don't know.
Shopping episodes.
They're probably like 100 credits a night.
Nope, I'm sleeping on the shuttle.
Have fun.
Because I mean,
Yeah.
real estate that you
How
could-
much do we
where you
get
can-
paid?
I don't know. I haven't figured that out.
Well, I figured that out. Figure out what my 2 ship shares are getting me.
Oh yeah.
I know. I'm also like, I never did spend most of my
No, I didn't
my
either. I still have a lot
intelligence
of
agent.
income.
Like, I'm like, I still have like 13,000 credits.
This dude's not very money oriented. He usually says things like
Usually
it costs
not.
the appropriate amount of money, and
Right.
yeah.
But I rolled up a character that has 2,000 cash on hand total.
I just feel like we would have like made a decent salary at the Exodus Foundation.
Yeah, you guys have been.
Not to mention we haven't spent any money.
I think you've almost.
like-
It's almost been 2 months since we started the game.
and we've spent 0 credits.
Right.
You think like 2,000 a week?
Oh, not that much. No,
Yes.
this is a not-for-profit.
That's true.
Yeah, because nobody gets rich doing those.
Well, yeah, but not
not
people,
on
not
our
the people who
level.
actually
No.
work.
Yeah,
Oh.
not the employees who actually do the things.
Like, not at our level, they don't.
The people, the gentry
200 a
people
week?
with these. Yeah, I was thinking maybe like 500 every 2 weeks.
Oh,
Right.
okay. I might splurge for
So if we
a room.
if we assume it's been
A
That
month.
seems super low.
Well, just in comparison how much money
It's
I
been a
left
month.
over.
That's 4 weeks, so that's $2,000.
It's been 2 months, so
4
4
grand.
paychecks.
I can actually tell you exactly how.
So
much.
$2,000.
$2,000.
You started out on
he
SCR
said, yeah,
1845.
500 every 2
1,
weeks?
2, 3, 4. 1, 2, no, right. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 1 month.
This is riveting role
1,
playing
2.
right here.
So it's been 6 weeks. You spent a week though at the place, right? So it's been 7 weeks.
Okay.
Not quite.
And then
not quite
we
2 months.
spent a few days at the university place.
That's what I was
getting-
counting.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I figured
So-
a week
And you
there.
counted the time that we spent on the planet.
That was just a few days, 2 or 3 days, wasn't it?
So it's 500 a week,
I don't remember.
500
So-
every 2 weeks.
Yeah, 500 every 2 weeks.
All right.
So 1,000
So at this
of a
point,
month.
you would have had.
1,500 getting ready to get our 2,000.
You would have had 3 paychecks.
Okay.
That brings me up to over 52,000 credits.
I don't think we ever encountered this before, Kimi. It's the first where you were like absolutely have no money and.
I mean, like, I
I
probably
feel
could
like
have just
my-
not said
like-
anything and it would have been fine, but I also, like,
Yeah.
it's kind of an interesting character thing to have this truther who's completely fucking broke and, like, nope.
And you do have to, pay for those pamphlets.
Right. I have to prioritize my spending to spread the word. So thank you for everyone who indulged me and my super boring, weird questions.
I just like that somehow my character just managed to be really disgruntled about the amount of money we make.
Yeah. See,
Suddenly there's just a low level resentment.
Yeah, I realized
built up.
I'm clearly not in it for the money. I don't need the money.
Yeah.
I mean, apparently neither do I, if this is a reasonable paycheck. If this is what people live on.
Yeah.
Well, you also get free room and board.
Right?
Yes, but seeing as we
And
never
you
get
can
to
shop at the
leave.
company store.
You know what?
All
What's
right.
something really awful about that reminds me of? It's like, oh, you should be grateful that you're getting the free food. Nope.
Right.
Nope.
So I think Riley's gonna maybe get a room like this first night, and then since we're staying for a week, I'll probably sleep in the shuttle a couple nights, and then as we get closer to the thing, I'll have, the night before, so I can take a shower and stuff, I'll
Okay.
get a room.
Please shower more than once this week.
We're in vac suits. It's fine.
Please shower more than once this week.
Okay. All right.
Thank you.
I'd better write your name on your vac suit so no one else.
Right?
I feel
Oh,
like
I'm sure that
there
no
are-
one would.
Mine's a designer back suit. I know which one mine is.
Mine's got patches all over it from being shredded by a beastie.
Yeah.
And also to store extra beers.
Yeah.
Yes.
Custom modded for extra beer
Yes.
storage.
Pocketed.
So yeah, you can get rooms. They have some available.
Okay.
Cool.
You did see that there were quite a few ships coming in. So it seems that this concert is attracting people because there's not that many people on planet. There's only 5,000 or 10,000 people on the planet. So you're able to get some pods.
Cool.
I think something it might actually be a better idea. We might get better information about the Splinter group. Because I'm sure they probably aren't rich.
I would love to know, like, what more about the children of Caliban and what their past exploits have been and who their known associates are. Not sure if I'm using that terminology properly. But really, just tell me all about fun things like that. So, let's, I guess that would be comms? No. Investigate.
Yeah.
2.
Nice. You got that.
So you're gonna try to find out what?
I want to find out more about the children of Caliban and, like,
Okay.
their kind of, like, what they have done, who their people of interest are, who their associates are, like, who is sympathizing with them, besides what I'm going to assume is this band that is performing in protest on this planet right now.
Do you have Streetwise? Or
Well, I have Investigate.
Investigate. That'll work.
I do have Streetwise, but it's a 0 versus my 2 at Investigate.
Okay. All right.
That seems.
And then add your in modifier too.
Ooh. So that's an 8 plus 3 is 11.
Okay. Right away, you notice that there's actually some graffiti, COC, in places, and asking around, you find out that no one really knows who they are. People kind of assume that they're probably kids because there's a lot of children of because most of the people on this planet work for the corporation, and it's a lot of families. So their kids are here. Their kids go to a company-run school or somewhere, and most people are assuming it's probably kids.
But like teens rather than
Yeah.
like, Ender's Game prodigy level.
Right.
Okay. Just double checking.
Right. And and they say that.
I mean, there are a few things creepier than super, super intelligent children allowed to roam free.
Yeah.
You
can't keep them in a box. There's laws against that. Believe me, I know.
I mean, isn't that exactly what we send them to school for?
Right.
Yes, it is. No. Quite sort of.
But mostly they say that because most of the stuff they've been doing has been like petty vandalism.
Yeah.
None of it's been
Okay.
real serious yet.
You say eco-terrorists, I'm thinking like...
Right?
Although they've threatened things more serious, but they haven't done it yet. The kind of stuff they've done so far is, this is a mechanical pencil. That is so freaking weird.
What? Why?
This is a mechanical pencil.
Yeah.
It looks like a regular pencil.
Yeah.
But
they
the
do
eraser
that.
pushes in.
Yeah, that's.
I had no idea.
Yeah.
I'm like, what is wrong with this pencil? Why does the eraser feel so spongy? Sorry.
It's all right. I blew Stu's mind. Oh my god.
And this commercial break was brought to you by
It's a magic
mechanical pencils.
It's mechanical pencil.
Is that what it says on it? It's labeled.
Yeah, mechanic.
Nothing like
basic with a Z. Basic
truth in advertising.
mechanical pencil.
Nice.
Oh my god.
Well, they better put that on there, or else it's going to think it's an analog pencil.
Yeah.
Apparently, even with putting that on there.
Right. I was like, it doesn't have
Somebody's
facets.
going to try to sharpen it and fuck it all up.
No, well, yeah, my class they would 100% do that. That's why I didn't give them to them. Those were donated to my class by a parent, and I'm like, I'm not doing that because that will happen. It will end up in my sharpener.
And it will also mess up the sharpener, possibly.
Yes, it will.
And those things have been around since the 40s. Nobody replaces them with sharpeners.
Oh, no, they're all electric now, and they get fucked up
Oh.
all the time. I'm on my 3rd of this school year.
Wow.
Wow, really?
It's
Yeah.
only February.
I
Oh,
have
wait, no, it's March now.
Amazing classes. Yeah, they're great.
Whatever.
Yeah,
Ours was getting messed up all the time. The only difference was we didn't get new ones.
Right.
The old one just stayed broken.
Right?
We
Hanging
had,
off the wall.
we had mechanical ones. I don't know if they had electric ones.
That's what I've been talking about, like the 1940s.
I have one of those.
Painted on the
in
wall that had been there
in my
since
laundry
the
room
school was
the kid-
built.
for the kids to use.
Nice.
And they've never broken it.
No.
Knock on wood.
Yeah. They also never put a mechanical pencil in it.
Give them time.
Yeah, but so far most of what they've done has been like petty vandalism. Like,
Are we still talking about your kids?
no.
There's no groups of people in Guy Fawkes masks running around, tearing down the establishment yet.
No.
It's not okay.
It's been like graffiti, and there's been a little bit of like very minor sabotage, like someone probably tells you about it, one of the doors for like the security office. Someone hacked into it so that it wouldn't open. So all of the security personnel were trapped inside of it for like half a day.
That's kind of
Things like that. It's more on the level of pranks.
Okay.
But they have threatened to do more serious things.
And so, what organization is the band playing for to gain support for?
They're not playing for a specific organization. Well, it's probably that scientific organization. I do not remember the name of that organization. Let's see if I can find it real quick.
Neo-Terra Corp?
No.
No, that's the bad guys.
Yeah, that's the
yeah.
bad guys.
Those are we're gonna take all your.
All your base are belong to us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, it's got to be a pretty big deal. I mean, like when U2 goes and does something for Doctors Without Borders, it's advertised everywhere, and it's they talk about it. It's
I have a name written down, Dwayne Corbin. I think that might be director. And
He's the director of the
ruler
Neo-Terra Corp, the ZNT,
Right.
Zata Neo-Terra Corporation.
That sounds like the bad guys too.
Yeah.
It's kind of we haven't.
Maybe you didn't give us the name of them yet.
I think I want to say it was in one of the news feed.
I think it was the newsfeed that mentioned the band.
That's what I'm looking at right now, and I don't. But it's some sort of like international science people thing.
Well, boiling hydrogen will release recordings.
International Association of Xenobiologists.
Okay, there you go.
Those are the people who are actually trying to sue Zata Neo-Terra in court.
Got it.
Great. Also something I missed in previous transmissions was that boiling hydrogen is donating a portion of their proceeds to us, as in the Exodus Foundation.
That's right. I remember that from the information.
You said the international?
The IAX, International Association of Xenobiologists.
So we know who the bad guy is. Well, hypothetically, we know who the corporation who wants to terraform the place is. We know the xenobiologists don't want that happen, but we don't know if they have an active presence here, right? Or is that
the International Association of Xenobiologists?
I know they have interest in the planet, but do they have?
There probably are representatives here, like monitors, people who are on fact-finding missions.
Got
and
it.
things like
Yeah. Okay, so that might be a good first point of contact.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. I can try to establish communication with them. Try to get in, because I think if the band is donating proceeds to us, we'll be able to use that connection to get in with the IAX.
Could be. Or we could just go to the IAX and use the band contributing to the Exodus Corporation to get in with the band and see if they know anything.
This is true.
What with their possible hive mind?
Well, and as representatives from the Exodus Foundation, maybe we've got comp tickets waiting for us.
Well,
I mean, we have
tickets.
tickets.
Yeah,
Someone already arranged that.
yeah, I got it taken care of.
And box seats, backstage, access, all that.
we could say that.
VIP experience.
Yeah, because
Bottle service.
are we the only representatives of Exodus on the planet right now? And since some of the proceeds go to we would be the official liaison between the band and. I'm just saying, there's some free food involved.
We could work that angle.
There's some free food involved, and maybe even an upgrade in where we're staying for free.
Yeah, I've got no problem with trying to make that happen.
Lovely.
We could get them a very nice card from the Exodus Foundation.
Right.
Thank you for your donation.
No,
And
you're-
also possibly pump them for information
exactly.
Right.
or other
That's
things.
I want to see if they have any kind of connection to the ego terrorists, because I don't think the kids are the ones making these threats necessarily.
I mean, they could be. It feels like, I don't know. I
It
feel
seems
like calling
really
anyone
big
whose
for kids.
biggest accomplishment is we locked the security guards in their office, eco-terrorist, is a bit of a stretch.
Which is why I think there's more to it. I think that maybe they're
Stu-
pinning these on kids, maybe.
Or they're using the kids to mask other activities.
Exactly.
Or it's possible that's
Like there's another group entirely
If-
that might be more
Yeah.
worth our checking out.
well, and a lot of the people on this planet, like I mean, it seems that they're fairly affluent here. Have you ever met a bunch of rich prats? Because, I mean, really, they get very full of themselves. Some of them, not all of them. Some of them.
Most of them.
Oh, I'm taking something.
What is your saying?
Ones who don't have better avenues for their energy, such as working for the Exodus Corporation or things like that. If you're stuck on a planet where you can't even leave a bubble to expend your energy, you're going to find ways to act out.
Yeah, well, that's why it says they have
That's what drugs are for.
drug and alcohol abuse is rampant on this planet.
Right.
It says so right here in the culture.
Yep.
But they also, it's interesting in this thing that we got sent here. It says nearly every adult colonist is an employee of ZNT. The word adult seems to jump out at me. So maybe the children really are the children.
Well, yes, they
They're not just. There's not just a splitter group of terrorists. Maybe it is actually.
No, yeah, that's
they're the bored kids of all these people who work for the corporations. Stuck in bubbles, not able to play outside.
yeah. I think going to the IAX would be a good idea. Start there.
All right,
Check up for information.
that sounds good. It might be a good idea to find out whose idea this concert was too. Was it the band's idea? Did they, hear about the cause and want to support it? Did someone reach out to them and ask them? So let's go to the xenobiologist then.
Yep.
Okay. Well, there's a directory. You can look at it and say, oh, and they do have
It's
an
like a
office
mall.
on the 3rd floor.
All right.
Right next to Spencer's.
I love that.
It's right between the Van store and Spencer.
They're across from the Anti-M's.
St.
Right.
Clair's.
And Claire.
Claire's.
For those of you who don't know, Claire's is a little accessory shop that everyone who tries to buy things super cheaply when they're like 12, that's like your go-to shop.
Every preteen girl who didn't get their ears pierced when they were like 6 months old.
Yeah.
That's where my daughter got her ears
Yeah.
pierced. was at
Yeah.
Claire's, yeah.
My mom brought home one of those guns and did it in the bathroom.
Oh,
That's awesome. That's gutsy.
that's hardcore.
She was like, if anything happens, I'm a pediatrician. I'll figure it out.
That's true. You're probably much safer in your bathroom with a pediatrician mom than at Claire's.
Or the 16-year-old who's just working there to.
Yeah. They're like,
Minimum wage.
looks about straight. It's fine. All right.
Yeah.
So we are going to the 3rd floor,
Okay.
past Spencer's to...
Right.
Though I have to admit, it was like a much better experience than the second hole, which was just someone sticking the earring all the way through my ear.
Nope.
Wow.
Was it like a... Oh, man.
Well, if they do
Did
it
you lose a
quick,
bet or
it's probably
something?
not that
Oh,
bad.
no. I mean, like, it was like, so it was a hoop earring, and there was my ear,
Oh.
and it was like,
Why was it
What
like-
condition were you in
don't
when you
know.
thought that was a good idea?
too young to know better.
Yeah.
Also, not old enough to do this without adult supervision.
Yep.
Yeah.
Also, with adult supervision.
Oh.
It's a very complicated story. I
Yes.
can't wait to hear how it ends.
Yeah, I think one of my sisters, it was
In
the
infection.
needle with the cork deal.
Yeah.
That's how I
It's
got
like
mine.
boink, and then cram the earring in.
It makes a really loud popping noise.
Does it?
Yeah.
All right. So
I
you're
don't remember that.
All right.
it's a like a little tiny storefront, and it says International Association, International Society or Association.
Association is what you have.
Oh, see, in the here it says Society. Okay, Association, International Association of Xenologists on the door, and you can see, and there's like a little window, and you can see inside.
Oh, is it xenologist or is it xenobiologist?
Xenobiologist.
See, I changed it. I must have because I probably when I wrote this part, I probably also couldn't remember the name of the organization, so I just reinvented it.
Right.
So
What makes the better anagram, though? Is it as?
this is ISX.
Okay, ASICS.
I
as
think that
opposed to AS.
ISX is better than
Alright.
IAX.
Yes.
I can change it. I wrote it down in pencil.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's say International
Society.
Society of Xenologists.
Ooh, society.
Nice.
Sounds so much more fancy.
Yeah. Sounds like a club now.
Yes. With lush leather chairs.
And inside, there's a very lonely woman sitting at a desk.
No.
Oh.
And literally, it's like a box, and there's a desk, and there's a woman sitting at it.
I'm glad the xenobiologist is a woman, though. That's good. All right.
I mean, so far, we have no idea who she actually is.
That's true.
Too much to
She's just,
reception.
yeah.
Oh, God.
But there's no doors. You can see the whole room. There's no other doors in there.
God. All right, I will.
Maybe they teleconference in.
I'll approach.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, hello. I am here as a representative of the Exodus Foundation, and I would like to meet with your managers and supervisors to discuss the donation of the upcoming concert to our foundation.
You're looking at her. She says.
Oh,
She's typing.
fantastic. I apologize. I don't believe the cultural name.
Her name is Donna Vasquez. Dr. Donna Vasquez. Xenobotanist. Stationed in the armpit of the galaxy.
The armpit of the galaxy. Have you looked outside? It's quite lovely.
Have you seen my office?
Well, perhaps your office could do with a window.
Or 17.
That costs almost 1,000 credits a month if you want a window. More than when I
Oh,
think.
my.
Yes.
Well then, we want to discuss the specifics of the donation and make sure that our backstage passes were secured in which to receive the donation and to thank the band for their contribution to the Exodus Foundation.
The band. Are you talking about the band that's coming to play?
Yes, the ones that are performing, that are raising money.
Right. They haven't coordinated with me.
That seems strange. Aren't they here on your request?
That's yes. That's what they say. And I'm sure it's all forthright, but no one tells me anything.
I mean, wouldn't there be other people in your group they may have coordinated with who
Possibly.
would then give information
Possibly on
to
Earth.
you?
Possibly. And it just may be that those messages haven't made it to me yet, or no one bothered to tell me, which is also likely.
Yeah. Well then, is there anything that we can do for you to help expedite this process?
Well, if you could convince the local corporate managers to stop trying to destroy this planet, that would be great. I'm sorry, you're just trying to help. At this point, no. Right now, we're in a holding pattern. I'm very far away from Terra. I don't get much news. I probably know less about what's going on here than you do. If you've been anywhere else in explored space. That said, yes, there are incredibly complex life forms here, as you may or may not have
Yes,
seen.
we observed them
Yes.
on our way in.
I mean, within 5 minutes of stepping off the ship, we saw evidence of farming, organized farming.
It might be. It could be. We don't really know for sure, but it could be. And it's certainly a significant enough thing that it should have stopped this. There's a couple problems. One of the major problems is the fact that there is, amongst some xenologists, the belief that the ecosystem on this planet is unstable and is going to suffer a catastrophic event.
Well, I mean, yes, being terraformed would be a catastrophic event.
that notwithstanding,
But that's common on many planets. That's happened on Earth's history as well.
yes,
That doesn't mean that is it cool if we terraform Earth into a totally different, whatever you call it, with different air and stuff. I'm not a biologist. I don't know if you noticed that.
yes, but there is. I mean, it's not all science. It's not a consensus per se, but there are some significant scientists, independent ones as well, who believe that this ecosystem is unstable, and at some point in the reasonably near future, decades, there will be an event that will alter the atmosphere in such a way that it will
That seems
wipe out life.
very specific. Why is it they're saying this? Is this a cover for terraforming, or
No.
or is there
Some of
evidence
these,
that the
are
creatures-
quite independent scientists that are
Is
agreeing with this.
Is there evidence that the creatures are doing something to change the planet?
The life form's presence is changing the atmosphere, and as it grows and as its population increases, that impact. It's much like what happens on Earth with.
So
with
what you're
humans.
saying is, whether we terraform it or not, the presence of humans on Caliban will cause a catastrophic event for this.
No, I believe what she's
Ecosystem.
saying is that whether the planet itself in its current state is going to cause a catastrophic event, perhaps terraforming it will prevent or delay this catastrophic event.
I
But
mean,
it'll still wipe out all
It
the life
won't-
forms.
Agreed.
here.
It won't. I don't know. Well, the catastrophic event probably would never happen, but the catastrophic event is only going to be catastrophic to the life on this planet,
I see.
to the specific life indigenous to this planet.
So it's like the air not being breathable for them or something?
Something like that. Yes.
Cool.
There's a, for. No, I'm not a chemist,
Right.
but they tell me that it has something to do with certain compounds in the atmosphere, and when they hit a certain point, something happens.
I'm not a chemist either.
I'm a botanist.
I'm just saying. I mean, if there is some theorizing, you'd think that it would only make your case stronger. Study them while they're alive, and then once the catastrophic event happens, you don't even have to worry about it. You terraform to your heart's content.
Exactly.
So
They-
what is the... You have these two very strong arguments that both in and of themselves should have prevented terraforming from going through. So obviously there's something stronger working on the other side. Or someone, or a group of someones,
Well,
or
there-
someone with deep pockets.
Well, certainly Zata Neoterra has deep pockets. Zata Neoterra is also considered, and they have the charter to do this from the Ustas government. They've been granted the charter. I mean, they were granted the charter several years ago.
I mean, just as a... So charters would allow for the mass genocide of other sentient species so long as...
Sentient species. No, well, the charter was obviously given before this was known. that would certainly be more problematic. But the charter was given, and they've had a couple of cases already, or a couple of attempts to try to stop this that have failed already in court.
You mean having the charter revoked?
Yes, or delayed.
Because it seems like the possibility of sentient life being on this planet would have at least provided solid grounds for delay.
Well, Zata Neoterra is considered a critical organization to the national security of several governments. And this is their, I believe, their third attempt at terraforming.
You were saying? Sorry. Seriously.
They were Neoterra, the company Neoterra, before the merger, terraformed Mars, or they completed the terraformation of Mars, and then they terraformed Titan. And that, while that terraforming was successful, it was a commercial failure, and that's what caused the company to go into receivership. That's when they were purchased by Zada Stable Goods, which is the parent company of Zada Neoterra. And Zada Stable Goods is a critical organization to many colonies. They literally feed many colonies. That makes them too big to fail.
I find it depressing that we're in a situation where there's basically a giant bag that is going to destroy sentient life.
Yeah.
Because they're too big to fail.
Yes.
It's like too real right now.
But it's in space, Pooja. It's not
all
real.
OOC. Okay.
Science fiction.
I can't help but wonder if... You know what? I'll talk about it when we're done.
Okay, so... Okay, now that I know all this backstory that my character probably would have known.
Yeah, Zada Stable Goods on a lot of places, a lot of colonies. This is background information a character would probably know, especially your character would probably know. They are literally a lifeline to colonies that don't have arable soil.
They're like Soylent Green.
Or those bricks of things that they feed people in Snowpiercer training.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I actually came up with the name for them. They're called Zada bars, I think. And they come in.
Are they ground up crickets?
They probably partially. It's
Nobody asks.
various forms of protein in a tasty treat. You probably have them on your ship in like your emergency ration packs for your survival kits and things like that.
MREs. They haven't come that far.
Right.
If you're the only one who's here from your group, like, is there anyone doing active research on the stuff that's here and on the plants and the
Oh,
animals?
we've that's already happened. Oh,
So
yes.
There's no continuing.
Well, we had a whole team here, and they collected an enormous amount of data, and they left, and that data has all been presented. I mean, they figured they had enough to stop this, but they don't.
So they didn't leave anyone here to do ongoing research
To see if they find something else.
as like a backup plan.
Well, they left me.
Yes, but you're one person
Yes.
who is manning a desk in a windowless room.
Yes, I am. I'm exactly that. And a botanist, I do get to go out and do some research.
I feel like your organization could probably use a little more strategically minded people.
We don't have many of those.
I can tell.
It's mostly made up of scientists.
Yes, that the name it kind of makes that apparent as well. And the fact that half of your members believe you are called the International Society, and the other half believes you are called the International Association.
They're very disorganized.
That's warring factions within the...
Well, I mean, the International Society of Xenologists versus the International Association of Xenobiologists.
Years ago, there was a vote on what the name should be, and it was split almost down the middle. So some people just refused to use the name they don't like.
It's a faction.
Yeah.
It's like the People's Front of Judea.
I mean, I feel like
Not the
this is.
People's
I
Judean
mean,
Front.
we are living the separation of Scotland from Britain again as we speak.
Right.
Oh, man. Oh. Well, if we were going to go out and take a look around, are there any places you suggest that we go? Are there any places they won't let us go?
Or perhaps places that they want you go, perhaps as we, members of the Exodus Foundation, have access to.
Only areas that are under construction, because they are concerned about sabotage, because they're constructing some of the facilities necessary for terraforming. She like on her tablet will bring up a map and show you like locally. I mean, not the whole planet, but locally where these construction facilities are.
Did they consult with you at all before they decided where those first places were going to be?
No, that they're placed on. I'm assuming according to the needs of the terraformers.
And based on any of the research, also, just as a side note, so you said that research had already been presented.
Yes.
Do you have, that in a convenient data form that we might send back to our ship to be analyzed?
Sure, absolutely.
Convenient little data packets, like a to-go mug.
Right.
Like a to-go cup of data.
She said, just give me your address and I'll send the complete documents to you.
Nice.
Fantastic. I do that.
Okay. And she shows you on the map. They said that there's this area over here is sort of like a jungle analog. You have to wear hostile environment suits. Regular vac suits won't work because it's sort of marshy and there's a high sulfur content, so they get little pockets of something close to sulfuric acid. So it will eat right through a regular vac suit. So, but it's actually very beautiful there.
Just also highly corrosive.
Yes.
Okay.
Good note.
And she says, and ironically, this amphitheater thing they're building, it was on one of the what we considered most critical sites, and that's where they built it.
What critical? How?
Well, some of the more advanced, evolutionarily advanced animal analogs that we've seen have been in this mesa area.
That's
and they bulldozed.
Unsurprising.
Also rather counterintuitive. They're building this amphitheater for a concert that's going to support their cause.
Well, who's building the amphitheater?
Oh, it's some advanced team for the band.
Oh, okay. So it is the band building.
Yes.
Okay. I was like, because if it's a company from the planet, then it's most likely owned by a shell company of CNT, and it would behoove them to build in critical areas.
Well, do you mind if we stop by again if we have more questions?
Anytime.
So are there other critical areas, places where you would, like, if we were to, say, only have 4 days to explore Caliban and try to root out all its secrets?
Right. She points out this one canyon area. Says there's an enormous amount of, varied amount of plant analogs in that area. More species than in any other area. It's like a canyon that was carved out by a river, and it just has a ton of that.
Does it have a name?
Zambrano Canyon.
Zambrano Canyon. Great. Anywhere else?
I would have said the mesa. There might still actually be some remnants of the. I would say it's almost like a reptilian analog there. Not very large. It's about the size of a squirrel. There still may be some there. I think probably most of them have been chased off. That's worth seeing.
Okay, so around the mesa. We're looking for a rat.
And close by, that's probably the most interesting.
That's not the same as reptiles.
No.
We're looking for, like, lizard people.
Crystalline lizards.
Yes. That sounds fun. To someone who isn't me.
Yeah, and if you need anything else, I'm here.
Was there anyone who might have been involved with the history of the planet? Did you have anyone, what do they call it?
Like
bioarchaeology.
In the original, There was a a xenoevolutionary biologist, let's say.
I'm just going to write everything down
Right.
now.
Right. Might as
Because
well.
I will never remember that.
Right.
Do they have a name?
Alexander Wilkes.
But he's
And-
gone now, right?
Yes.
And did he publish his findings as part of this?
Yes, it should be in. It will be in the file that I gave you.
Fantastic, thank you. Great. So I assume you man the desk
Yes.
all the time.
Yes. When I'm not on break. Or sleeping.
Yes. Well, you have fun with that now. We'll see you later.
We will come say hello, Kevin.
And be sure to message us when our backstage passes come through.
Which
The backstage passes for the concerts.
I will ask about that when I get in contact with someone from the band or the show or something of that sort. Assuming they deem it necessary to contact me.
Oh, well, you could contact them. It would make for a nice
I
change
could.
of pace.
That's true. I could contact them and see if they'll take my call.
Perhaps mention if you have members of the Exodus Foundation on hand might speed up that process.
I will do so.
Also, yet another nice change of pace. From sitting at a desk in a windowless room waiting for people to walk in.
Yeah.
Also, have you heard much about this? We've heard a bit, whispers really, of the children of Caliban. I mean, surely you maybe you don't appreciate the methods, but appreciate the message. What are your thoughts? What do you know about them?
Not much. I've seen quite a few. They seem to be trying to settle on a logo. They're coming up with different
ongoing
combinations
problem
of
with this,
COC, and I've seen several attempts. One of which looks like a buttocks.
Well, I mean, so long as it doesn't look like male genitalia, I suppose it's a step up.
It looks somewhat like that, but not quite.
I feel like less than a buttocks, that's like a... It's kind of like a curved set of abs.
Oh, it kind of is, huh? Yeah, it kind of is.
Yeah.
That's the belly button.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, you should send it to Two Crows. He's an expert on abs.
Accurate.
But
I despair of future generations if that's the logo they've gone with so far.
well, that's one of them. They've had several.
How many children are there actually on Caliban? Like, obviously, they may not be children anymore, but how many, like, actual
How many
adolescents?
non-working members of the society do you have?
And the families, yes.
I would say probably close to 500 total. I mean, that's age ranging from anywhere between 17 down to newborns.
And what is the most, what's the word, dynamic threat they've made?
Oh, threats? They've made some very serious threats.
Right, but what would be the most dynamic? Like, what is the strongest threats? The most outlandish?
Breaching this dome.
Oh,
That would kill, assuming we couldn't get vac suits on in time, 1,200 people.
I was about to say, everyone?
Well, there's several other habitats. This is just sort of like the central receiving commerce habitat, but there are others. I mean, most people live in different habitats if they work here. I myself live in a different habitat. But if it was during business hours and this place was breached, probably about 1,200 people would be in danger of dying.
But, I mean, say it was in the middle of the night.
Maybe a few hundred.
Night.
Right.
whoever's in the hotels and the late night bars and any security personnel working here.
Riley just made up her mind to stay in the shuttle. Save money and live.
I'm just saying, like,
I sleep in my vac suit.
I mean, they're also teenagers. How successful do you think they're going to be at breaching this entire time?
Mm-hmm.
Assuming that, it's even a legitimate threat.
She looks around. It wouldn't take that much to breach one of these things, to be completely honest. Even without my military training, a resourceful kid with enough. Especially with construction happening around here.
But the assumption is also that they're willing to murder their own parents or their friends' parents.
It's the lack of will to follow through is that I'm counting on.
Well, I mean, she just said that most of the residents live in other places. So they'd make sure that they're not blowing up where they live, I'm sure.
Or you may not even need to blow it up. You could just drive a forklift or fly one into the top of the dome, crack it, and that's enough.
Yes, but you're imagining the will of a teenager being able to actually follow through on that threat.
Oh, I understand. I understand it. If they're of their own, their own mind.
I mean, that's entirely possible.
You believe so?
I
feel
was
like
in the
it's so
military when I was
unlikely.
about a teenager.
Yes, but I don't think that you had the...
All it takes
Resources.
is one martyr to get into a forklift to drive it into the dorm.
Except it takes a lot more than one martyr to get a forklift.
Well,
And then make it all the way here through all the security. And everything else. I feel like this is not necessarily an imminent threat, but definitely something worth keeping an eye on.
right. Well, I mean,
But really, their biggest accomplishment so far is locking some security guards in their office.
yes. But
And making a logo that looks rather like a belly button.
But I don't think we can discount people just because of their age. I mean, many of us went to university and joined. Yes, I know. They may not be graphic artists, but it's not quite as difficult to just, mess with an airlock.
I mean, your logo is better than this.
Look, they call
It's a
themselves
very
cock.
nice logo.
It's not that bad on the whole.
They call themselves cock, for God's sakes. I mean, it's just not very imaginative.
I met plenty of very deadly people who weren't that imaginative in the military.
Yes, but they had training and, brainwashing. I mean, boot camp to go through.
Right, but they all signed up willing to do it.
Yes, well, I mean, people sign up for all kinds of things. You would not believe what people signed up to do in university.
I mean, just joining fraternities in itself.
We should talk to Two Bears. I'm still concerned
Two
about
crows.
the Two Crows. Sorry, I have it right here too. Two Crows. I'm still
Ethan.
concerned about the connection between.
We've left, right? We walked away from.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
okay.
so I'm concerned about the connection between Dolan's Peak and here, and I wonder if the fact that the animals are headed towards a catastrophic population collapse has anything to do with the fact that perhaps they're not native to the planet, because most places hit an equilibrium, especially over millennia. I mean, I have enough about animals here, animal handling, to know that, like on Old Terra, they would be wipeouts and stuff, but they would hit an equilibrium. If this is
Yeah,
a
Old
rapid
Terra.
population that is continuing to grow,
Yes, but these animals seem to be native to the planet. The
Well,
sulfur-based life
let's look at
forms.
let's look at the data now
Yes.
that we
Before
have
we
it,
guess, yeah.
and then we can analyze that and see if, as you say, it's a population explosion that is causing this idea that
well,
that there possibly might be a catastrophic event,
the lurkers on
or
Dolan's,
there are other things.
the lurkers on Dolan's Peak weren't native either, but they've been there a long, long, long time. I wonder if the creatures here aren't native, but they've been here a long, long, long time.
Right, but this is also a very different thing than Dolan's Peak was at least carbon based or whatnot. Isn't this the only planet that's like this? I don't.
But
In explored human space, yes, this is the only planet that is.
but we have
sulfur-based
information
life.
that there's genetic, as you say, genetic.
Genetic markers of
Yes.
Genetic material from Dolan's lurkers.
Right, we talked about that.
Yeah.
I mean, it could be the ancients. I'm not against thinking that they've been here and maybe been involved. So that is a good point. I'm glad you brought that up.
Yes, but But let's at least look at the data before we go on,
Oh, yeah. That's-
speculation town.
That's why I preface this by saying we should talk to Two Crows.
Yes.
I think too we should look into the band because I don't know much about animals and their bits and stuff, but I do know about tactics and I do know about like taking care of your enemy. And the fact that the band just happened to pick this very important location to build its place, I would also guess, and I don't know much about terraforming, they're probably picking other very important locations with stuff they want to hide to destroy first.
Yes, I'm very
So
concerned.
that's a very odd thing, that if they're coming here in support of Exodus and IAX or ISX or whatever they're calling themselves nowadays.
Essex.
And they have the nerve to make fun of the little kids who can't come up with a good logo.
I
Really,
know,
they can't even
right?
agree on one name.
But if they're coming here in support of the current eco-structure, for them to pick a
That location.
specifically critical location seems very suspicious, or at
It
least,
makes you-
at
yeah.
the very least, just unbelievably stupid.
The band may not have any control over that. It might be
It's
the
their
local
people.
Well, yes, but who knows who's in whose pocket?
Well, also, it seems a little weird that they're not in contact with their person on this planet who they're supposedly working with. Like, it seems all very shady. Like, I don't know much about putting on rock concerts or nothing, but
I'm just saying, anytime you're organizing let's call them ventures,
yes.
you contact your people on the ground. You find at the very least to have, interaction with local officials and if you're publicly aligning yourself with a group, you at the very least would want to open lines of communication so your stories would be straight. So you could share information.
Right.
No, really, so your stories can be the same.
I have a feeling that ZNT is paying off somebody in the band's corporation, and the band doesn't know anything about it. They just said, "Oh yeah, we're building you a brand new theater or a brand new venue," and they probably are happy with that
Which is
explanation.
why I think exploring the
Okay.
venue is a good idea.
Yeah, something.
And the surrounding areas. If we can get if there is sentient life, even the construction may have displaced, but it would not necessarily have completely eradicated the species that are there.
And if there is any connection, if they are driving the species together because they're taking away their land, we have another psychic phenomenon.
Perhaps, and I also wonder if there's any aggression in any of these proto-animals.
The squirrel ones.
Even a squirrel will defend its tree if you start to cut it down.
No, for
Do
sure.
they really though?
Yeah.
That's creepy.
Right, so what's the best plan of attack? What should we attack first? My vote is for going to the venue.
Two Crows is going to need time to look at all the info from the
Yes.
doctor lady.
So I'll contact Two Crows
Okay.
and let him know, hey, that data dump you just got.
Oh yeah, I see it here.
And did you see that video from the
Blinding
our
Battle?
walk up?
Yes, I want to look at those things firsthand.
If you could, just before you come down, just do a cursory scan of the data, see if there's if they've done genome mapping.
Mm-hmm. There's been some.
See if it lines up with anything that we or our friend have seen before.
Okay, we'll do.
And then we're actually about to head out to one of the sites that the ISX recommended to us.
Okay. If you can get me a sample.
We'll see what we can do.
Okay. One of those farmer bugs.
If they are sentient, that would be very cruel.
I think just one would be okay if it's.
I don't see how something that small could be sentient on its own. I'm wondering if we're looking at something similar to the lurkers.
A hive mind.
Mm-hmm.
That still seems cruel.
Maybe. It also could be just like taking one brain cell out of a brain.
Somewhere in that data dump, there's got to be some information on the local.
See what we have. See what
sure-
they have already.
I'm sure that they've dissected some of these things, and that information's available.
That's the hope, especially because, I mean, they have been here. They've done some pretty extensive research, and they did specifically study these creatures. They believed they had enough to stop the terraforming.
I would think so.
Well, we're going to work the other angles. But if you can work the science...
Will do.
Thank you. We'll send you postcards. It's very nice down here.
He's probably not even staying on the ship. He's probably staying on the station at this point. He's probably a little stir crazy.
Yes.
I mean, he did go to the old person bar.
All right.
By choice.
By choice.
Okay. So where are you guys going?
I think we wanted to go to the
Mesa.
construction mesa. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Alright.
Mesa.
At this point, you would need to vac suit up because the habit trail is not finished.
And we also need the heavy duty vac suits there, right? Or is that a different place?
No, that's
Okay,
a different place.
Sorry.
That's a different place.
Also,
That's the canyon
Yeah.
where we would need the hazard
Got it.
suits,
This
right?
is the jungle.
That was the jungle.
Okay, so there's also the jungle is a separate place, and we would need the hazard suits for the jungle.
Is there some legalese that I could work into some kind of document that would give us access to the construction site on the terms of we're part of the Exodus Foundation, we're here overseeing the completion of this battle station.
yeah, it's called Oops, we got lost.
Right, but I think that if we can have some kind of actual verification, we get more access.
Yeah.
Probably.
Okay. Would this be an admin role or an advocate role?
Ooh.
I'd say advocate.
Advocate, good. Advocate's better. And plus edge.
Yeah, and
7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
oh, okay, all right. Yeah, you've got it covered.
Sweet.
Because you guys,
You write some pretty standard boilerplate that
Yeah.
will confuse every engineer.
you're in a fact finding.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
It's not a lie.
We'll just try it casually. Perfect.
Yes, because casual does totally what we do.
Yeah.
Okay. So you head out, vac suited up. Did you bring your air raft down? I don't remember.
I don't think we did. I think we just brought the
I
shuttle.
thought we
brought the
brought the
shuttle.
boat.
The ship's boat. Okay. So you hoof it, and there's like a little like stairway, like a scaffolding kind of stairway thing leading up to the top of the mesa. And you get up there, and there's construction equipment, and I mean, most of the stuff is logoed with the band's logo. So this band has an enormous amount of money. They've got like their own earth movers and shit.
Oh, wow.
So they're not using like some contractor. At
So
least
this is common for them to build their own arena on whatever planet they're performing on.
it must be either that or they spent the money for this. Some of the equipment looks fairly new, so it's not like it gets carted around.
Their roadies are an actual construction corporation.
Probably.
Wow.
But and it looks they're building sort of like a. It almost looks like the Coliseum or something, where it's like a completely enclosed seating area, and then they're constructing a dome over the top of it. The dome itself is finished. Looks like
They're making a Superdome.
yeah, basically, yeah. And it's not that big though. I mean, scale wise, it probably is going to fit 20,000, 15,000 people. And it looks like that area is already pressurized because there's airlocks, and you see people going in and out of the airlocks inside the dome itself. And you can see that there is some sort of like remnants of plant life around the sort of the perimeter of the stadium or whatever you want to call it on the top of this mesa as well.
Cool. Let's go find their supervisor.
I guess I'll approach the first person that we come across.
Okay. I mean, the airlocks are like unguarded, so you can just walk up, open the thing up, go inside, cycle it, and
Can I walk around on the outside while they're going to talk to somebody?
sure.
I'll go with you.
Yeah.
Okay. You head inside,
Great.
and there's some guy painting seats. I don't know. Bolting seats to the ground.
Bolting
There you
seat, I
go.
love it. Oh, excuse me.
Yeah?
Yes, we are here from the Exodus Foundation. We'd like to speak with your supervisor about a final inspection and tour of the facilities before the final event.
Okay. He's the one with a white hat over there.
There you go.
Halfway across the place. And he's standing on top of a round stage in the middle of the place.
I guess we'll approach, and I'll try to flag him down.
Mm-hmm.
Hello. Yes. Hello. I am Milo Hawkins. I'm here at the request of the Exodus Foundation. How close are you to completing the work that you've set out to do here?
It looks like we're going to be ready. I think the band's supposed to arrive in 2 days. We should be done before then,
Fantastic.
because they're going to want some time to rehearse, sound check,
Of course. Perhaps then you have time to allow us to examine the facility before final.
Oh, sure. If you want, I'll give you a tour.
That'd be fantastic.
And he points out all the stuff on the top, and then he goes underneath and shows you where the facilities are and the merch booths and all the other stuff that they have. And he gives you kind of the nickel tour of the whole place. And
Great. Now, our concern was for the previous inhabitants of this mesa. What have you done to ensure their safety and their livelihood after repurposing it for this amphitheater?
we had 2 weeks to build this thing.
That doesn't answer my question.
Kind of does.
So did they specify location and amongst their other plants?
Well, we were told by the planetary government.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. And no one reviewed that information on your side prior to. No one from the International Society of Xenologists,
No.
aka the International Association of Xenobiologists.
No. Not that I know of. They told us where to start, and we brought in the D9s to start leveling the place up.
Okay. That is interesting. Do you know who your contact was on that side who was supplying your survey information?
Contact from the planetary government?
Yes.
I think that was, what's it? Is it Corbin?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so it
Dwayne
was the
Corbin.
director,
It
Dwayne
was-
Corbin?
It was Corbin or someone from Corbin's office.
Who also happens to be the head of ZNT.
Interesting.
Not the head of ZNT.
But he is
local.
the director.
Local, yeah.
Local.
The local
Director,
director.
Yeah.
So, good to know. Good to know. Did you happen to take any, as part of your plans, were there any precautions taken in terms of relocation of indigenous life prior to excavation for your site?
No.
Are you familiar with the work and research of the International Society of Xenologists, or the International Association of Xenobiologists? That did indicate that there was quite a bit of indigenous life on this mesa before we, and by we I mean you, decided to use this mesa for the location of this concert.
No.
Are you willing to sign an affidavit to that effect?
I don't sign anything. I build stages. I had 2 weeks. And he kind of winks at you and then walks away.
Well then.
Well, that clears up that little mystery.
Makes perfect sense now.
I mean, what better way to get rid of the object of your annoyance? Or
By
the
burying a giant amphitheater.
And the irony, burying the
Burying the lead.
well, no, just having the burying of the life forms underneath the stage of the do-gooders that are going to try to save them.
Yep.
It's a PR nightmare.
Yeah, or if it ever got out, yeah. Some well-placed leaks,
Or a PR godsend, depending on who you're talking about.
Right.
like in the middle of a concert. Do you know that you're performing on a mass murder?
Though, they didn't take any special precautions to rehabilitate any of the life forms that may have been living here. But if any of these theories hold any water, then we should be able to find some sign of them.
And then we smash cut to she and I outside the door.
Right.
Looking for
Where you were pinned up against the wall, held at bay by a bunch of angry
Squirrels.
crystal squirrels. Right.
Crystalline squirrels with 6 legs.
Apex predator squirrels.
Right.
hey,
Squirrel girl would be so proud.
Yeah.
look, if the largest thing is the size of a cockroach, the squirrel is the apex predator for sure.
Yes, that's true.
Let's not talk about cockroaches.
But as you guys walk around, there's actually quite a bit of the sort of crystalline vegetation about, and you do see a few of these things, sort of like leaping between trees.
Oh,
I'll try to catch some on my cell phone. The equivalent of our space
Right.
cell phones.
Your space comms. Okay. Yeah, you're able to get photographic evidence up the wazoo.
do they seem to be doing anything intelligent?
Well, they're looking at you and making some sort of like a humming noise, and it seems to be like that, like their rear legs are kind of rubbing them to make a noise. And then
Crickets?
They're little hoppers.
kind of like crickets.
They have kind of like tiny tablets. They're making notes.
They're taking notes. These
And they
not
have
intelligence.
they have like these wing things. They doesn't look like they can fly, but they use them to glide, and they kind of have them puffed out so they look bigger.
Oh,
So they look. If you were to guess, you would think they're just pissed off that you're there,
okay.
or just pissed off in general.
Record some of these sounds,
Okay,
and then I'll hit send to Two Crows.
it's kind of like that.
Interesting. I'm not a biologist.
I'm not either. I have animal handling, so I know a little bit about certain animals. But the thing about animal handling is you have to pick the animal. I don't even know what I picked.
It's probably not crystal.
Horses. It's probably a
It's
horse.
yeah.
Can I
didn't
go
pick
over the
crystal
comms and let them
crickets?
know
No,
that like,
sure.
hey, looks like Z&T is behind the placement of this amphitheater. Nothing like using your enemies to get rid of their allies.
Shocked, I tell you.
That's actually pretty smart.
The irony is not lost on me. It's going to be interesting if the band finds out that they're playing on a.
I think the band should find out.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
we should
the
tell
band
them.
is definitely going to find out.
I think we should tell them. Perhaps we can get them to cancel the concert.
And these
Which
little
would
critters.
be a PR disaster.
These critters
For
are
the
really
band.
cute too. Look, I'm sending you pictures of them now.
Aww, aren't they adorable? They're
What is
little. Oh God, what is that
What
noise?
is that noise?
See if there are any
What happens if I get closer to them?
remains or anything you might be able to pick up. It looks like there were no rehabilitation efforts
Okay.
prior to the construction beginning. So rather than necessarily, plucking.
They just bulldoze the place, so there's probably a pile of corpses somewhere.
Yes,
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking,
that's
too.
basically what I'm thinking.
We'll see what we can find.
To put it in the least elegant way possible, yes.
The as you approach it closer, it starts getting higher pitched. It actually starts to get to the point where it starts to get painful.
Ooh, that's interesting.
Like when you get within like 3 or 4 feet of the thing, it's high pitched. It starts getting louder and actually starts like bothering. It's not actually like pain, but it's like
I don't like
the hair on the back of your neck starts to stand up, and it's like
Can we turn the?
it's
sound,
almost like the scratch on the chalkboard.
Can we turn the sound off of the vac suit,
Sure.
and that makes the sound go away.
Oh, you can still hear. No, there's an atmosphere there.
Yeah.
So it's still going to transmit a little bit of sound, but it's not as intense.
How big are these things?
Size of a
Like
squirrel.
that big, the size of a squirrel, kind of.
Okay, a size of like a university squirrel, rather than like a squirrel that's not living off of pizza.
Yes.
Breadsticks.
Is it a European gray squirrel or is it a?
African. So I'm gonna.
Why is he carrying a coconut?
I don't know. Ah!
Yeah, I'm gonna. While I'm standing there, very close to these things, they're like, calm to Tukros. Hey, Tukros, and that's information. Does it same thing? What happens if you touch the squirrel things?
They explode.
Bite your knees off.
Hold on.
Those squirrels are dynamite.
They. It says they do bite.
Like-
Swiggers?
Through a vac suit?
Don't know.
No.
Doesn't say. One way to find out.
I feel like Two Crows might be a little bit annoyed on how we keep sending with all this
Right.
information and work to do. We
Oh,
get
look
to
at
go
this
have
interesting!
fun.
Look at all this interesting biological stuff we found. Like stuck up there.
You're stuck up there.
Just sort of ignoring our messages.
Yeah.
You going up?
Riley's not a biologist. She's interested, and they're doing a thing. It's interesting.
Okay.
All right, I'm going to go rummage through my pocket and pull out some duct tape I have for just such emergencies.
Right.
So when it bites through her vac suit, we can tape it up.
I mean,
I thought you were gonna pull out like your emergency beer.
Who knows what acid crystal squirrels spit? I don't know.
It's got sharp, pointy teeth.
what am I rolling to touch the squirrel?
You reach out for it. It bites you. It bites your finger. it jumps for it. It goes like that. You can kind of feel a little bit of pressure, and it bites you pretty good. There's no way it's going to puncture the vaccine.
Okay.
So you're
Oh,
like,
look at how cute it is with its little tiny jaws.
Yeah.
Who's
And
the apex predator?
Runs away.
No, it's like on your finger.
Maybe we will end up bringing one of these home, if just because it won't stop chewing on you until it gets through.
And it's doing the shake thing. Its whole body's twitching back and forth while it's
That
holding
thing
on.
like in cartoons where Bugs Bunny holds up his hand and it's like being eaten on by something. He's just like, eh. Like the
It's like the piranha.
Yeah.
Right.
Wait. Hold still. Smile.
Yeah.
Click. Put a little wish you were here.
And send it straight to Ethan.
Well, they officially cannot bite through a vac suit, just so everybody knows.
And just as you finish
At least
saying
not
that,
yet.
this little orange light goes on inside your heads-up display,
Forget that.
and it's going, and it's like twisting back and forth, and it seems to be it's like digging through with its teeth.
It sort of seems to know how to bite through a vac suit.
Whack it.
Are you
So
filming
whack
this?
it on your head.
Yeah, I got
So
this.
whack
I
it
got
on
this.
its head.
Well, I don't want to hurt it.
Yeah, no, just enough to loosen
kill
its
you,
jaw.
though.
It's just biting harder.
All right,
Tickle
so
it.
I'm
Tickle
gonna
it.
Pick it up like around its whatever its middle looks like. It's just like, I don't know.
How hard do you want to pull?
I'm not gonna pull hard. I'm just like,
Now the idea is to the idea that you want to do is force its automatic
telling me this over-
jaw opening reflex.
you tell me that over
Tickle it.
comms.
Tickle it.
You want me to tickle the crystal cricket?
You are
Is
recording
it
this,
more
right?
ridiculous
Oh, yeah.
than
Anything
what is
gone.
already happening?
No. Can things that are crystal even be ticklish? I don't understand.
Are you recording
I don't
this?
know.
I am. I got
They're
this.
not
I got
biologists.
this. I got this.
I'm not a biologist.
It's the only thing I'm thinking is like an hour from now, as Kimmy's re-rolling a new character because she's slowly suffocated from her. We won't think this was so funny.
Yes, we
That
will.
would be amazing. Best character death ever.
Death by squirrel.
Apex predator squirrel to you, mister.
And at some point, that little orange light in your heads-up display turns red, and you start hearing a hissing.
Okay. Well, it broke through the suits.
Squeeze its jaw.
I'm gonna actually like pin because it's biting my finger. Right? I'm gonna like clamp above my finger
Okay.
so it kind of like blocks off the.
Yeah.
But it's like biting my finger now, right?
It's getting close. You
All
can
right.
feel pressure. You can definitely feel pressure on your fingers now.
It's definitely gonna hurt soon.
Clamp, like, really,
release
I'm not
its
joking.
I'm gonna like try and pinch at its jaw.
Okay. It opens up very briefly. And it's trying to get your
To the droppy thing. Okay.
Just like fling it away like a like.
I'll wrap some duct tape around her finger now.
Okay.
It's like holding it.
Yeah.
Well, now we know they aren't ticklish.
Okay.
Also, you got that on
I just had
tape,
a
right?
terrible thought. Yeah. I stop and I look around. Are we surrounded by hundreds of beady little eyes?
There are several of them around.
Ah.
You can see them in the trees above you and around you.
And
There's
they've
a
started
lot
to
of
make that noise?
Oh, yeah. And that right now it really sounds. It's very cacophonous because they're all at different pitches, and it sort of creates these real dissonant chords that you can kind of hear as they're. And they seem to be interacting with each other as they're doing it.
They seem to be interacting with each other.
No shit.
This
Oh, is this going to be like when crows transmit the image of people that they hate to other crows so they know to hate you?
we might need to back out of here quietly.
I saw a documentary about that once on the VidCom.
Well,
What's your move now, Tippy Hedron?
we should probably not pick one up again. I mean, but we also saw that it was pretty damn smart. It knew how to bite through the vac suit.
Well, that and it's
I
called its
mean-
friends, and they're not backing down.
Right.
I mean, I feel like calling its friends was more like anything can chew long enough to chew through something. I mean,
yeah, but
Terra foxes would chew their own legs off to get out of traps.
That's true, but this one sort of seemed to know, like, to bite in the same. I don't know. It seemed very strange.
Well, we consider a fox a sentient creature, though, don't we?
No.
Not when it comes to, like, say, mass extinction for terraforming. No, they're not sentient,
They're not sapient.
sapient. Maybe you are more of a xenobiologist than you would think.
That was Kimi. That was done.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I know.
I can't understand what you're saying
Yes.
unless you have the weird copy for it there.
I understand that's for xenobiologists, but what about xenologists?
I don't know what xenologists are. Which is part of what makes it so great.
So we're gonna back away slowly, but continue looking. I want to see if there's bodies, and if there aren't bodies, if the bodies that were retrieved by these things and buried, that's going to say a lot. But I also just want to see if there's any, if there's any of these dead squirrel creatures around.
Bodies of what?
The dead squirrel creatures from when they leveled off the mesa.
I'm trying to find some samples to
oh,
send
got
back to Ethan, but I mean,
If
I
they-
just feel
yeah.
squicky kidnapping one of them to bring back to the ship. I mean, I suppose if you had run back, maybe the one that was attached to your finger would have stayed attached long enough that it would be less kidnapping and more stowaway. But
It would have been elective. It
yes,
chose to stay on.
it could have given it. It could have let go at any time.
In the movie of this, there's like the little shot of Riley in her vac suit kind of cocking her head like, that's a little bit of a moral. Like, okay.
I just feel like if we're operating under a base assumption of are they covering up, if the question is, are they covering up sapient life on this planet? And we assume that the corporation that, and the little, we've got our six-legged farmers and now our, apex predators. And the possibility of a psychic hive mind.
That's a great idea.
That I feel like before we know more, if we just assume on the side of caution that they are sapient, then what's the harm in that? And if we find out later we've been overly cautious, then, maybe we could take one as a pet.
Two crows. In that data dump, was there like the DNA? I don't even know. Do crystals have DNA? I don't know. Like the breakdown of these creatures.
Just because they're sulfur-based doesn't mean they don't have DNA.
I'm not a biologist.
Also, I did ask him that before.
Oh,
So I would love to hear
have-
the answer for that.
They have an analog for DNA. It's not exactly DNA, but
Is it like chemical composition? Like, what is it?
It's very similar. Where it appears to use certain chemicals as markers for the creation of whatever more complex protein analogs make up these creatures.
Anything that resembled what we saw in our recent travails?
Well,
It means the lurkers.
the squirrel thing.
I feel like the less we discuss specifics of that, the better.
Oh.
Just in case.
That's true.
I have they have a genome breakdown of those squirrel things, and
The ones that tried to chew Riley's figure right off.
yes,
Tried.
And are definitely not ticklish.
and I don't see any markers that show any similarity between that and the lurkers.
Are those the only creatures that they have the breakdown for?
There's a couple other ones. They don't have the farmer ants in here though.
Huh. Interesting.
I mean, maybe we could borrow one of those and then put it back.
I mean, I just feel like maybe with all the disruption to their ecosystem that has already been implemented, it just shouldn't be that hard to find already dead species samples to take.
Well, that's what I'm looking for out here. Certainly, you guys didn't seem this concerned when the lurker was attached to my back suit about bringing it back up to the ship. So
I am just saying that I shot that thing several times.
So did I. I killed it.
I was about to
But-
say, just because I missed.
now you're concerned about the squirrels, but we weren't concerned about the lurkers.
The lurkers were actively eating people.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
I
were
will not
actually.
have that on the ship.
It would have taken quite a while for the squirrel to kill me.
Okay. See, as he looks around at the more and more squirrels showing up. Are there more showing up? Okay.
Well, I'm assuming you started walking.
Yeah, we did.
And you do see the spot where they pushed off an enormous amount of soil, and there's a big mound sort of over the edge of the mesa.
I'll start poking around in there,
Okay.
using my toe to clear up some areas, see if I can find a body of one of these things.
Oh, sure.
No.
I'll put it in a bag.
Okay.
One of the
And
waste
they
bags.
break.
Well, I just want to scoop the whole thing up along with some soil, and I don't want to.
Right.
Having discovered that the first one I touched broke, I will carefully scoop it up into the thing, trying to keep it whole. And
Right. Well, it's hard to find any whole ones.
Okay.
But you can get some pieces. Because it looks like they're very brittle.
when they die.
Oh, maybe
mean-
when they're alive, too.
I was supposed to say they're crystalline
Yeah.
and not ticklish.
There's lots and lots of them here,
Sure.
and it doesn't look like these things have taken them and burying them or anything. Okay, so it's not like elephants or something. Okay.
It's not like we are disturbing the burial ground
Well, yeah.
of the squirrel apex predators.
Yes.
And we will then
Hey, listen.
subsequently this concert will not turn into a poltergeist
Seen
situation.
a lot of weird things about, when you got a bunch of monkeys together and they're suppress human intelligence. I don't know if the squirrels did the same thing or not. So
I mean, I'm
Look,
just saying, if Battle for the Planet of the Apes has taught us anything, it's do not underestimate the primates.
we got the one answer. It's fine. It doesn't look like they're
They don't. It doesn't look like they have burial rituals.
yes, which is a
Okay.
good thing.
Thank goodness.
Right.
I mean, if they did, that might save the planet, so I don't know if that's a good thing. Maybe we should teach them to bury their dead.
I don't know if we have enough time to teach them to bury their dead. Also,
I don't think we have enough vac suits to get through that
Yeah.
lesson.
There you
We have someone with animal handling. Put it to good use, Stork. That's how we'll save the planet. Train them.
Well, the first thing to do is to not actually touch them.
the first thing
First
you
rule of
do,
animal handling is to not
Well,
handle the
the
animals.
first rule of animal
handles
handling.
you.
The first rule of animal handling is to listen to the warning sounds that they continue to make.
True.
I don't have animal handling.
The first rule of self-preservation is when you hear the rattlesnake rattle, you don't
grab
then
it.
antagonize it more.
Unless you're Steve Irwin.
How else would we
Crikey.
I mean, everything in Australia is trying to kill you anyway.
It's true. It's very true.
All right.
All right. Well, I got a little sample for
for Two Crows. Are any of these little ant creatures around anywhere?
Make a recon plus int.
Oh, I have recon.
Oh, plus int.
All right, it's a 0. It's fine.
Oh,
just straight
oh.
recon with a
Is
1.
it just your?
Recon's a
Oh,
1.
it's education.
5, 6, 7, 8.
All right. Hey, okay. Yeah, there you see some. There's like one little guy who's.
So there.
Hey, sure. That's frightening.
It's a giant locust.
No, they're giant crickets. They're the Wettas. That's what the Weta workshop that worked on
Yeah,
Lord of the
Wettas,
Rings
yeah.
is named after. They're in
I'm
Australia.
just saying,
yeah.
like, I could have gone my entire life without
Australian or
saying
New
that.
Zealand?
New Zealand, sorry.
You've been hanging out with
That's
Sam
terrifying.
for so long.
Is that real? That it actually is that big?
It's called a Weta, yeah. They're a giant cricket that's like as big as people's
No.
hands.
Like, for reals, though.
We get them here too.
That's not Photoshop.
Nope.
There's actually
Nope.
a bug
There's
that big.
giant locusts. They're yummy.
I'm going to choose to believe that's not real because I don't think bugs get that big.
Okay.
I am going to absolutely choose to believe I never saw that. I'm also going to choose to believe that giant bee is not a thing.
No, hard pass on that bee.
What? What
Yeah,
giant bee?
those bees that come in and
They
invade the
thought there
Japanese
was a,
wasps.
Brand
those
new
things?
one.
No.
They
No,
just
it's not.
discovered-
It's not
Yeah.
brand new. It's like one. It's a bee that they thought was extinct. It's not extinct.
Yeah.
They found one, so it will soon be extinct again.
They
I
have
guess.
these like 3-inch Japanese wasps that will go in and like tear out a whole colony.
Really?
And they're nasty.
Wasps are nasty in general.
They're
How do
fuckers.
you know what that
Those
is?
Japanese wasps?
Like
All
I'm
wasps
not just
are
Sam and
fuckers.
Kimi
I've been
soup.
bit. I was bitten in the
They
armpit
eat
by a wasp.
Meat, which is its
Yes.
own like fucked upness.
And that's the same thing?
Yeah.
Oh.
Anyway,
So we found the weird little ant creatures, which
Yeah.
are definitely not the size of a human's palm.
No. No, they're like.
So I'm going to scoop one up with some dirt into another baggie, and I'll take it back to the.
Okay.
I have any reservations, but
Now,
perhaps
as you're like, you're putting this thing in the baggie,
yeah.
you're like wondering about the fact that you've only got a bag's worth of atmosphere in there.
Yeah, but it's one little creature.
Okay.
Isn't it also dead? I mean, I thought he was looking for
No,
dead
no, I've
ones.
also got an ant.
No,
too.
he's grabbing one of the insects.
Yes, I just thought it was a dead insect.
I mean, it's a Ziploc bag that should have enough in there for one
Okay,
ant.
yeah.
I know what you're saying. I'm not going to drain all the, roll it up and leave.
perhaps
He's not attempting to sous vide the ant, is what he's
No.
saying.
if you have more bags, you grab more ants. Just maybe 2 more, since we've observed that in the apex predators, the primates, that the connections really struck home when there was more than one.
I'm not.
If there is a
I'm just bringing
connection,
respect for
we
Two
may want-
Crows. I really don't want to.
Oh, holy metric! That's that bee?
Yeah.
No, this is that Japanese wasp I was telling you
Oh
about.
no. Oh yeah. Oh.
Yeah, right.
I'm just saying today is full of things that I wish I had never seen.
Yep. Anyway,
I thought you were finding a dead body.
I am. Look, I've got one of those, and one of the ant creatures is right here. I'm going to take it back to Two Crows.
Are there
we
no
doing that or
dead
not?
ant creatures?
I don't. They're tiny.
They're tiny. I mean, you could look for a while and see if you can find one.
I mean, just see if you can find a dead little farmer.
I'll see what I can do. You're breaking up.
I bet you would look through that whole hill if I told you there was some moonshine at the bottom.
Can't hear you.
I seem to have observed they're making their own alcohol.
Yeah, I'm not going to look for any dead ones. I got what we need.
All right. So, are you going to look for one or no?
If I see one, that's fine. I'm not going to actively look around. But
Well, you go ahead and make another recon roll with your int.
you nailed it. 12.
11. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you find a dead one. A couple, like 4 or 5 dead ones.
All right, I'll put those in a separate baggie.
Okay.
Running out of baggies.
Yes.
Well, I mean, if you didn't carry so much beer and you carried more baggies, you'd be fine.
Are you still? No, you're breaking up. I can't hear you at all.
I've accessed. I've used my neural link to take over Ethan's communication to you in order to solidify the link. You kept saying we were breaking up, so I thought this might be the most efficient way to talk.
I troubleshooted the problem.
Oh God.
You're not coming through on every channel.
Yes.
I really need to be hearing this.
No, I'm coming through on every channel. To everyone.
I'm gonna start heading back so I can repair my vac suit.
That sounds like a good plan, and we can get these samples to Ethan, and maybe just keep them a little out of sight, just in case.
I'll work compiling
Oh,
a report.
you can like from where you are now. You can walk directly to your ship.
Yeah, that's what we're going to do.
Yeah, because you're out in
Well,
the
she and I
outside.
are outside. These guys are inside the dome.
Well, yeah, but you have to
They're
walk
not
back.
locked
in.
in.
It's not like anyone is like holding us hostage.
No.
No.
Yeah, we'll just walk to the ship.
Okay.
Here.
Great.
All right, you get back to the ship's boat.
So, if you guys want to stay planet side, I'll go up to Two Crows and drop these things off, and maybe I'll get the ship's boat and put it in the shuttle and bring it down so we have something to transport back and forth.
We'll take the air raft and put it in the ship's boat.
That's what I meant.
Yeah.
Don't correct me if you knew what I meant.
I was a little confused, though. I was like, you were going to take the ship's boat and then put the ship's boat in the ship's boat.
There was a reason I was in the military, all right?
There's a reason why you
Clearly
flunked
was
out
not
of the
cut out for
military.
scientists.
So is he going up alone?
I mean, doesn't really have to go get new pieces to fix her finger.
You have spare vac suits up there, yeah.
Okay.
I can bring you one down, or you can come up if you want.
Either way, I mean,
We need to get the air raft down here anyway because it just makes the transportation a lot easier. I might as well.
disagreeing with you.
Okay.
So we have 2 days until,
2 days.
the man shows up.
Shopping. On the sulfur mining planet, there's not a lot.
On our fantastic non-profit salaries that they. I knew there was a reason I was in the.
I have plenty of money to do shopping with.
I mean, I'm just saying, just because I have plenty of money saved up.
Technically, we're all retirees, really, if you think about it.
Technically, I'm not so much retired as I was forced out due to gaining
Ding, ding.
knowledge that I shouldn't have had.
I got a pension.
But I'm just saying, the money that I have squirreled away in order to flee my enemies with my life is not usually my discretionary go buy trinkets for random children that I might see somewhere. Fund.
I'm going up to the ship.
Okay.
Right. Anybody going with me? Nope. All right.
Oh, wait, yeah.
Okay.
Going up to the ship.
Yep.
Anything anyone else want to do in the meantime, or should I just go ahead and?
Just bringing up a report for what we found.
Okay.
Yeah. But I think we'll probably start reading through the data to see what information.
Okay.
Yeah, I
is
was about to
there.
say, it's like, it feels like there's a lot there that
There is.
we should start sifting through at least, the basics of.
It's obvious. It's very technical information because it's written by scientists for scientists who are going to then describe it to lawyers.
And other scientists.
Right.
Obviously, they didn't do a particularly good job.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there is a mention of the farmer insects. Their conclusion is not necessarily that they're sentient because they mention the fact that there are Terran crustaceans who do a similar thing that aren't necessarily farming, but they will build patterns on the seafloor and stuff like that.
And drop little pieces of coral in to grow more coral. I don't know that that's how coral works. I'm just spitballing here.
We're not biologists.
Well, they'll decorate.
This is why we have Ethan.
They'll decorate and stuff like that. So
I do know that
with
there
like
are
shells.
There are truly on Earth there are ants that actually will grow a fungus in the and then harvest it.
I feel really bad about eating crab now.
They're probably
that I
not
found that out.
intentionally
No.
doing it. Is it intentional
Yeah.
thing? Yeah. See, ants probably really are psionic creatures.
I mean, ants do some really crazy ass shit, including go to war, and sick ants will sequester themselves from the rest of the colony.
Wow. We don't even do that.
I know, right? Ants are smarter than we are.
Especially parents with their kids going to send them to school when they're sick.
What?
Though, I mean, childcare's effing expensive.
Yeah.
And that's compounded on the fact that, like, if you don't have a child of age enough that they can just be sick by themselves at home,
I agree.
you then have to be in a position
And then also
to take
you have
time off of
you
work.
also have super strict teachers that won't let you make up work even when you're sick.
That's ridiculous. That's just illegal.
So
Those people should be
Yeah.
reprimanded harshly.
Yes. Yeah. But when you send your kid to sick, then all the other parents start getting their kids get sick too, and then
oh yeah, I know.
It's a vicious
I know.
cycle of sickness.
yeah. And then the
Also,
teacher's out for a
when
couple days.
you have like what is obviously the effing flu, and then continue to go to work,
Yep.
Yeah.
even if you are in a position where you obviously make enough money that a day off, also you live in California where sick pay is mandatory. Stop being the carrier monkey. Stop being Gwyneth Paltrow in Contagion.
Be the outbreak monkey. Yeah.
Like, no one wants this.
Patient Zero is not a good look on anybody.
True.
They wrote a whole musical about that.
Oh, yeah. So you make it back up to the ship,
All right.
and you give him his samples, and he gives you some stuff. He gives you some larger bags.
Oh, okay.
He gives you a little air pump.
What do you want me to do with this?
I need atmosphere.
Well,
You
why?
gave him a live one, right?
Yeah.
You did take a
Yeah,
live
yeah.
one. Well, I'm going to need more atmosphere if I'm going to keep the thing alive.
Well, okay. Why do you need to keep... Okay.
Well, I got dead ones and I got a live one. I can probably learn more about the live one.
All
At least,
right.
I mean, I'm not going to learn any behavior from the dead ones.
Can you synthesize it in the lab? All right. All right. Fine. I'll go sniff some air for you.
Yeah, I could send.
Okay, I got it. No,
'cause
man.
I got nothing else to do.
Yeah. I got it. I came up here for more beer anyway. It's going to be a while till the band shows up, and so, yeah.
The cranky NBC who's mad he's an NBC.
I'm just saying next week, when I'm not here,
Have someone play two.
you need to bring somebody in to play Ethan.
Maybe Adam.
No, he's actually out of town next week too.
Oh no. Okay.
We may not be here either. It is opening weekend or groundbreaking fair.
Yeah, it ain't going to matter.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
We played through Build last time.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true.
But I'm just saying, like, when we have people who are out, Ethan has to be represented.
Okay. We'll see how that. We'll see if we can make that happen.
Yeah,
And
okay.
he gives you a couple jars too.
What are these for?
Samples.
Of what?
Stuff
soil?
that's more fragile.
I'm going to need a list. You can't just hand me stuff and expect me to remember this.
I'm just gonna like, Ethan, how's everything going up there?
Oh my God.
Going good. Still looking through that data dump you sent me.
Cool. Did you get everything you need out of the samples?
I'm sending them down with some more sample jars and some bags. I need some atmosphere.
Great. We'll send it right out to you. We could courier that up.
Oh yeah. Yeah, there's a shuttle that comes from the station.
Great.
Yeah, so I'm going to load up a couple of cases of beer.
Okay.
I am going to
There
actually
it is.
I am going to get the air raft and put that on.
Yeah, well, the air raft fits inside the.
Right. I'm gonna get all that.
It makes it easier for carrying the beer.
And then, all right, I'm going to bring down a couple more vac suits. And do we have any hazmat suits here?
I think. Let me check the loadout. I do think that you guys have.
I'm going to check.
Ship.
I'll grab a
I
couple
think you
of
have
hazmat
hostile
suits.
environment suit.
Yeah, I'll
Yeah.
grab a
You
couple
You don't
of
have
those.
a lot of them.
Well, there's only
You have one. You have one hostile environment suit.
That
They
is not
sell
enough.
them on the planet.
I'll load
Can
it.
we grab some from
Yes.
the ISX?
She might have some. She might have some. If you have to buy them, they're 20,000 credits.
Like I said,
Jesus.
can we grab some from the
Oh.
ISX?
Possibly.
That's almost a
And,
third of my money.
And using a hostile environment suit requires vac suit skill at 1 rather than 0.
Oh, yeah, I don't have that.
Because
Oh, son of a bitch. I'm like several hours shy of this.
All right, well, I'll load that too.
okay.
Let's see, I'll load my weaponry just in case. And
Well, none of us are going to the jungle anytime soon.
yeah, but, you know.
I mean,
Except maybe you.
If we stay in the boat, like,
I'm just saying, none of us are like tromping around the jungle.
no, we'll just drive it and we'll all stay in the car while Stork goes.
Well, we'll safari it.
Two Crows is going to want samples from there, I guarantee you.
Well, then Two Crows can come down here with his advanced vac suit knowledge.
I mean,
So he doesn't get eaten alive by sulfuric acid.
we could probably drive the nice lady at the desk, and she could go with Stork, and we just stay in the car.
Oh, it would be a
We'll
nice
stay
little
in the
match.
car.
It would be a nice little matchmaking opportunity.
Because they're all on their cell phones in the car. Are they coming back yet?
It's like a cute little nerd date.
3 chaperones.
It's going to be like Cujo, though. We all come running back. Open the car! Open the car! We,
The squirrels are cute.
open the car! God damn it!
I've done my part for school research. They are not ticklish. Done.
It was really important to
Yeah.
know.
Changed everything.
Also, had it been another type of animal like analog, it would have worked. Other creatures are ticklish,
Yeah.
They probably are.
or at least will just like attempt to snap at a new body part if it's
They probably are. We
touched
just don't know how
without
to
their
do it.
consent.
Question. You mentioned that the information dump was scientists trying to convey their findings to lawyers. As someone who has both admin and advocate, can I try to reverse engineer their meaning
Wow.
and try to make sure that everything's on the up and up in the report if there's anything hidden in the report?
Nice, Joey.
Okay. How do you mean hidden in the report?
I mean, like, making sure, because from what I know about the information already, making sure the report is accurate and hasn't been tampered with.
Oh, okay. Got it. Okay.
Oh, no, do you want this
Making
admin
sure
or
nothing
advocate?
seems fishy.
Admin.
Admin. Okay, and am I doing education probably?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, I'm definitely going to roll that, buddy. Okay,
Ooh,
that's an
that's
8.
8. Okay. The report is accurate.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. 8, 10. I'm sorry.
The report is very accurate.
Great.
It is definitely true
On
to
the up and up.
what you've seen.
Okay. Is there anything I'm able to discern from the report that maybe we haven't gotten from our own research?
Well, it mentions a lot more animal analogs and plant analogs than you've seen.
Okay.
Talks about at least some of the like interdependence and this stuff like that. A lot about the chemical composition of them, because that's actually the most unique thing about this place is the fact that it is a form of life that is not using hydrogen and carbon as the building blocks.
Okay, cool. I'm going to type up a quick synopsis of my findings and basically like chapter breakdowns.
Okay.
And I'm going to send that up to Ethan so maybe it'll help him quicken his search so he knows where to look for the things he's looking for.
Okay. All right. He helps you load all the shit up, and he also ends up taking the opportunity to load more shit into the.
What's all this shit for?
As samples.
Okay. Just give me a list of what it is you need, and we'll do what we can.
Or if you see anything that you haven't seen before, put it in a bag. And then if you see that same thing again, don't put it in a bag.
Oh, okay.
But if you see something else, put it in the bag. It's not rocket science. It's life science.
All right. Anything I see in a bag. You got it there, too.
Come on, Stork, you know what to look for.
I'm going to start sending
Cow is white as
rocks.
milk, the cape is red as
There's-
blood, the
Your
hair is
food is
yellow
gonna
as
be
corn, the
carrying
slippery
all
spear is
these-
There's
gold.
going to be rocks. There's going to be turds. There's going to be
Turds are actually perfect,
bits
actually.
of plastic.
Oh, there'll be all
you know,
kinds of microbes and stuff.
all
in
sorts of
turds,
stuff.
yeah.
I mean, everybody always wants a sample of
I'll
turds.
take my own. I'll take a crap into the bag and send it up.
All right.
Can you not piss off the one person who is a biologist?
And is actually on our side.
You guys aren't there. Don't tell me what to do.
Okay, so he loads you up and you head back down. As you're like not quite entering the atmosphere, you can see kind of off in the distance a ship jumps into the system.
Is it a tour bus?
It's a yacht.
So yes.
You can like using the optics of the ship's boat, you can kind of zoom in and see it. It is
Well, I'm assuming that immediately up the transponder comes up and tells me what it is. You know?
right, but it's the ship is called the
Indulgent excess.
no, it actually came up with a name for the goddamn thing if I can find it.
It's the DJ Khalid. Get it right.
A friend of mine was water skiing once. This is back east, and he was going by this boat, and the boat's name was HOOF space ARTTED, hoof-arted. And he laughed so hard he fell off his water skis.
That's awesome.
The ship is called Chromatic Melody, and it looks like it was painted by Picasso on acid. It is like it's like multicolored, and it's not. You've never seen anyone paint a ship.
It's the Partridge Family bus.
Kind of. It kind of looks. Yes.
Does it say nervous mother driving on the back?
No.
Did the Partridge Family bus? Also, wow, that reference. Wow, me understanding that.
I'm old.
reference.
I'm old. Stu and I are
get
both
happy.
old.
We watched that show in its original
You could
run.
easily have just not pretended like that you didn't know. So.
I mean, I watched a lot of Nick at Night.
Thank you. Me too.
Like, I watched Nick at Night and Disney Vault were my jam.
Yup.
Black and White Zorro was hot.
But
Yeah.
we actually, yeah, it was.
So
Actually.
did
But we actually saw those, like, I think when they originally came out. Well, maybe not. They might have been repeats.
I mean,
too.
Black and White Zorro
71 or
seems like it
72?
might be pre your time.
That was the Disney one, right? Yeah.
I mean, Color Zorro was also Disney. It just wasn't as good as Black and White Zorro.
Right.
In the most hipster of opinions I've ever had. Is this the band's bus?
Yes.
Yes. It's the same. It's the same model yacht as your guys' ship.
I thought they weren't going to show up for like 2 days.
Well, no, they got rehearsal
weren't.
time.
It's the quickest 2 days ever.
Yeah, they're early.
Okay.
They're not.
Also, wait, they have the same ship we do? Except you're calling theirs a yacht, and ours is because it's a negative 10% hull.
Ours is a yuck.
Yours is technically a yacht too. Just that, theirs hasn't run into anything.
We got them to fix that while we were getting the J2A installed.
That's true. But yeah, it's basically the same type of ship.
Okay.
We have like a 1979 Winnebago, and they have a 2018 Winnebago.
Yeah.
The downside here is that they're both Winnebagos, and I'm sad either way. Not even a good party bus. That's just like a...
Look, if you start drinking early, any bus is a party bus, and it'll be fine.
I just feel like today's game has been full of like silent daggers to the heart of my character. You make 500 credits every 2 weeks. You travel around in a 1979 Winnebago.
This just isn't cool.
It's okay though. Our Winnebago has a luau in the engine room.
Yeah. Well,
I mean,
it
not
did.
the engine room anymore.
I had to move, but
I mean, it was for the best, really.
So should we let them know what's happening? Maybe they can stop the construction of the.
I mean, the damage has been done.
But perhaps they can bring the information to light.
Right.
They have a bit more pull, a bit more spotlight than we do.
I mean, I think...
Hey, listen, whatever it takes to get invited onto that yacht for a dinner, I'm all for it.
I mean, I think meeting with them is a great idea.
Yeah.
I just don't feel like we have a ton... Until we get a little bit more information and Ethan has a chance to actually analyze some of those samples that we gave him
I
and
don't-
see if we can piece a little bit more together. Because other than that, they're already kind of out there on this. We're supporting the anti-terraforming effort on this planet, and actually the information that they managed to destroy the most fragile ecosystem on the planet doesn't help them.
Are you using a lot of words saying that we're not going to be able to party on the ship?
No, I'm saying that we just need to wait a day.
Oh, all right. That would have been easier. Okay.
I mean,
I just feel like we need more information before we go up there and be like, hey, by the way.
they're artists, so I don't know if having a bunch of scientific information is going to be super helpful. I think his video of the little squirrel things might be the most convincing thing.
As it tries to chew your finger off.
Yes, well.
Might inspire a song.
That would be
this is-
adorable.
No.
Squirrel Socks.
Oh.
Incoming. Top 40 hit. We'll play it on repeat in your honor.
Wasn't that Phineas and Ferb? Squirrel in my pants? Yeah.
I don't actually know what
you
you're
don't
talking
watch
about.
Phineas
That's MP squirrel in my pants. Oh yeah.
Oh, it's an
Phineas
actual
and
thing.
Ferb.
I thought you were making something up
Nope.
No.
in your character. Oh,
I mean, I knew Phineas and Ferb was the thing, but...
Phineas and Ferb is awesome.
yes.
Best songwriting I've ever heard in a TV show.
And
I'm sorry, have you watched Steven Universe?
No.
Yeah, it's actually really good too.
Incredible.
It's amazing.
Phineas and
The
Ferb.
songwriting's better than Phineas and Ferb? Wow.
Well,
okay.
it's a little more esoteric. Phineas and Ferb is a lot funnier.
I mean, okay, so there's a song. There's a song from the. I'm gonna have to derail for a second here. I'm sorry. Like, there's a song. The song from the last episode of season 1 on Steven Universe is so amazing that I was feeling down for a couple of weeks, and I listened to it every single morning to give me a boost. Like get up and go. It's that good.
It is good.
There are so
Is that a
many songs
cartoon?
like
Yes.
this.
Yeah.
Yes.
I wonder if
It's on Hulu.
It's
It's also on
weird.
Cartoon
It's a
Network.
weird cartoon.
It's amazing.
I
It's
think
an
my
amazing
kids watch
cartoon.
that. Steve,
But-
Steve
Steven Universe.
Steven Universe.
But meanwhile, Phineas and Ferb wrote a song about the aglet, which is the little thing down the end of your shoelace there that holds it. It's a whole aglet song. So come on.
Steven Universe wrote songs about forgiving yourself when you make mistakes.
Yeah. It's about like.
But it's no aglet song.
And about finding your true love and like being true to yourself.
See what I mean?
And using that
It's a
power
different tone.
and using the power of the two of you together to like overcome your enemies in battle.
And then dealing with unrequited love and accepting the fact that it's not ever going to happen.
And abusive relationships and not submitting to
Gender
like
norms as well.
gender norms.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
It's really everything I ever wanted. in a
It is
television show.
so, and I use this like the best way. It is so woke, I can't handle it.
It's seriously like one of like I didn't get it at first. Like the first 10 episodes of season 1, which they're only 11 minutes each, so like it's like nothing.
Oh,
And
really?
then-
Are they really that short?
Yes, they're
Well, without commercials, yeah.
they're each half-hour block is 2 episodes.
Oh, okay. All right.
But like by the time I got to that season 1 finale, I was so hooked. It was like that revelation when like you hit season 3 of Downton Abbey and you realize that like you just spent 9 hours of your life doing something and you're like, wait, what?
Yeah.
And you realize that you're super, super invested in these people and their stories,
Right.
and that you really can't live without knowing what
Oh,
happens.
season 3 is around the point where I fuck these people. I want this place to burn down in an entire Marxist
Are you sure that's not
conflagration.
season 4? Because season 3 was all the big moments.
Well, like season 3 was when they first started killing people off.
Season 3 is post World War One,
It was
right?
the first season after World War One, yeah.
Because so season
Maybe it
3
was
is
4.
the
Maybe it was 4.
yeah. Season 4 was when it was like, oh, now you've started killing people. Where are you going from here?
Right.
But season 3 was when you were like, you live in my heart. Maggie Smith, how will you ever be excised from my heart?
That's where what's his name?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm probably thinking of 4. 4 is when I'm like, I'm done.
Yeah, that's something more economic, and it's like, yeah. Anyway,
Everybody got pay raises, so they had to start thinning the cast.
So, well, also, like, that's a normal run for a British television show on
Yeah,
how
it
long
is.
people
yeah, it
stay
ran
with
longer than most British
Yeah.
shows run.
So, like, around series 3 and stuff like that is when people tend to flip over. But back to the actual
Yeah,
game.
Kimi, you're getting the Kimi look.
Sorry.
It's fine.
People tune into this for the game, not Downton Abbey.
He hadn't seen Steven Universe.
I know.
know.
I understand.
All right.
I know. So yeah, I think our best bet is to, I think, going to the band now. I mean, what information can we give them later that we can't give them now?
I guarantee
Actual,
you. I guarantee
like,
you.
sapience, the link between the lurkers on the other planet and the beings here now.
But the
There's
bands-
lots of information that we could give them.
Listen, the band's not going to care about that. They're going to care about the beings on this planet. That's what they're here for.
Yeah, they're already in favor of keeping the saving this planet. If we're gonna find people who need the information about the links between different things, that'll be the officials or the xenobiologists.
Yes.
I think
those
enlightening the
officials.
band that they've been bamboozled into working against the very thing that they're here to promote. It would be enough to potentially get them to shut down the concert and bring some needed light to the situation.
Or just bring light to the situation and then continue the concert in a different venue, perhaps.
Perhaps.
Perhaps they could have the concert happen up on the space station
Exactly.
instead,
Yeah.
and then none of the revenue would go to the corporation on the planet.
Okay, you've convinced me.
Now we get to have our party.
Well, I'm telling you, they got a lot
I mean,
better
it's
booze
not
than
that
stuff.
I don't. Well, that wouldn't be difficult.
Well, it was going fine until somebody breached the hall, and
I'm just saying, you took all of your notes from that random house we broke into. I mean, I'm sorry, investigated on the minor colony.
that was just moonshine.
It was gross.
It
It
was.
was so gross.
It
No,
was.
but if you put a little lime juice in, it wasn't that bad. Anyway,
It's
You
better.
put the lime and the coconut, and it was still disgusting.
It's better than the not booze we showed up with.
all right. So, how would we go about? Yep. Yeah.
You're okay.
I'm in transit as all of this is going on, so I
George,
land.
Okay.
he's arrived.
Perfect.
But I'm hearing all this because she hacked it, so
Yeah.
we can't help but hear her.
I mean, you kept saying I was breaking up, so I just fixed the issue.
Slack needs that
For
function.
everybody. Did you slack me? Huh?
No.
Oh. Sorry.
I was saying Slack needs that function.
Yes.
Where I can just like force everybody to listen.
There's not the @channel moment.
No. Because people go, or they don't read it.
I mean, I can force my voice into someone's headset, but I can't force them to actually listen.
So I'm going to land, and I'll just load everything onto the air raft, and then and then I don't know, where am I taking this? Maybe we just work out of the shuttle. So I'll have to organize a bit.
Okay.
I'll move the air raft outside, and then I'll just start putting stuff in lockers and things. And
All right. We can do
I
that.
want to make sure she has a place to sleep.
Okay.
I'm sure it's got fold-out cots or something, so I'll make sure one of those.
I'm
the
I'm
rest
just
of us can't
saying,
get stuck.
like enough evidence bags would make for decent insulation.
Oh yeah, and while I'm doing that, I'll open up one of the bags outside and let it fill full of atmosphere, and so or however he wants me to do it, have a pump.
I was like, I thought he's on a canister with like a thing.
I don't know. He said a bag with a pump. I don't know.
I think it was a bag.
Oh.
I think it was a bag. So it like inflate.
I'll follow.
So you
orders.
really just like you take a giant bag and you run around like
Yeah, exactly.
it's
I'm
like
catching the air.
Like a butterfly net. You're just like, ta-da!
exactly.
Yeah, okay. So I'm spending my time setting stuff up and organizing.
Okay.
If you guys want to show up here, then we can take the air raft some more.
Now let's send their giant bag of air back up to Ethan.
And also their samples of air.
All right, so we're showing. Yeah, I'm gonna show up because we want to go up and talk to the band, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So yeah, we'll show up with the shuttle.
I mean, at this point, like, because we don't have any other places Like, there's the canyon, yeah, but it's not going to give us, like, that's not...
Has anybody talked to the band yet? I'm not really wanting to just fly casual up to their place and
Well, we could talk
fanboy
to...
over.
We can talk to
Aren't they parked right
Donna.
next to us?
Donna. Yeah.
I don't know.
We can talk to Dr.
They're
Donna.
very famous people and they're weird. I don't want to just show up uninvited.
Right, but I mean, we can hang out on our ship while we're waiting to get permission to
Sure.
our ship. Dr. Donna.
Okay. Donna. Yeah.
We could talk to Dr. Donna and see if she's contacted them yet.
As their one liaison, I'm sure she's heard something. Hopefully.
Maybe.
Loudest crackers ever.
Let's do that then. Let's go back to Dr. Donna.
Yep.
All right, so we'll fly up. Oh, no, wait. So we're going to go back to the...
We're going to go to Dr. Donna.
Okay.
And find out if she's heard anything from the band or if she's contacted the band. As I suggested, might relieve some of the monotony of her existence.
Okay, you get up there.
Can I do something while we're walking through? Can I buy like a nice poster?
Of what?
A
Boiling
nice-
hydrogen?
No,
The
like
band poster?
no, of a beautiful vista
Oh.
or an island, a tropical island or something like that.
Visit the Crystal Islands of Caliban.
No, something
Like what?
pretty. I feel bad that she has no window.
Yeah, I was there.
I was
Wait.
like, are you trying to decorate your cabin?
No, I need a hang in there baby, but with a squirrel. on the finger.
Yes. Yes. It's a picture of you with the squirrel coming off your finger. You basically
This is
just
important.
printed a picture
I
of
have-
a meme.
Computers. I need to make this picture happen.
Okay. All right.
That's fine, but I'm also going to buy like those fake pictures for people who don't.
Who don't have windows?
Yeah,
Sure.
Yeah.
So I buy one of those.
You can get one of those.
Okay.
Yeah,
I mean,
there's
do
a
we really
4.
have
It's
to
fine.
roll for like, let's make a poster of a meme?
No.
No.
He just was
I was
excited
being
about
funny.
it.
Go to the Kinko's kiosk. And
He was
just-
busy talking to me. He didn't even ask for it. Joey was just like, I'm gonna
Roll.
roll. Roll for meme.
And of course I rolled a 4.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's sort of blurred, like you can't quite see my face.
It's
which is perfect.
So you have like a one of them, and it says "ICANN has cheese finger"
yeah.
or something.
Wow.
So anyway.
No, it obviously says hang in there, baby.
Yeah. Hang in there, baby.
No.
With a finger.
Yeah. Giant finger. All right. So we're gonna show up with Dr. Dora.
Okay.
Donna.
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 Sorry. I keep making it Dora the Explorer in my
Right.
head. Sorry. We were talking about backpack. I don't know. Sorry.
No.
I'm sorry, we were never talking about backpacks.
No, we were talking about cartoons, and then I got like, I was thinking, it's a thing.
Backpack.
These are not the only squirrel brains in the game, guys. I get distracted very easily.
There was a whole Doctor Who reference, and you're like, I know where you're going. I know what you're saying.
We talked about Steven
Yes.
Universe, and we talked about Phineas and Ferb, and I was like, oh, cartoons. Yeah.
All right.
All right.
So she's there in her office still.
Okay.
Hello, Dr. Donna. So glad to see you're still here.
Oh yeah. They I just got a contact from the captain of their ship, or their publicist, who he's just told me that they've arrived, and to expect them planet side probably before tomorrow.
Oh, fantastic. We were hoping that perhaps you could arrange some kind of meet and greet dinner type event between the Exodus Foundation and the band in order to solidify our position on the things that we want the concert to be about and what they're going to express.
Oh, look. They got duped. The government totes duped them. And we're pretty sure they didn't know. And they'd be pretty pissed off if they found out any later than they absolutely had to.
If you want to be vulgar about it.
That's probably something the publicist.
Also, we
would
got
wanna
you
know.
this poster.
Oh, how lovely! Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the finger.
Got duct tape wrapped around it.
No, Riley posed for it.
I got you an island poster for your wall.
Oh, thank you.
It's like a window, but not.
It's like a window, but it doesn't cost 1,000 credits a month.
Yes.
Right. Why, thank you very much. Let me give you the contact information for the publicist. His name is Ryder Stockton, and
His
he's
name is
Ryder Stockton.
I'm gonna spell it with a Y.
It should be with a Y.
It is with a Y. Yeah, Ryder.
That's a great name.
Like Ryder Truck Rentals.
That's
Yeah.
so awesome. Ryder Stockton. Ryder Stockton.
I know a writer. She's like 7 months old.
I mean, I know a writer, and it's like, you know, an addendum to each contract that I'm
Oh, wow,
Yep.
that's a different writer.
when
yes.
a touring company comes in, like a touring artist comes
Yeah.
in.
That's
So,
why you
yeah.
throw in the thing about the green M&Ms to see if they actually read your writing.
Right?
Because if you see non-green M&Ms, you know,
God.
that means our sound is probably going to be fucked too.
Right. And apparently they didn't read
Or,
any of it.
or they thought you were a total douchebag, and they also pissed on said M&Ms.
Right.
Oh my God.
I believe that would make the dye run off of them. They would no longer be green.
I mean, I feel like you're assuming a lot about the former state of the green M&Ms.
Yes.
All right. So yeah, she gives you the contact information for Ryder Stockton.
Wasn't that Van Halen that did with brown M&Ms? I think it was Van Halen.
Might have been.
No,
Oh, there's
there's a lot of
there's a
them.
whole web page of a bunch of funny things in writers.
Okay.
I feel like some famous singer also, she only would like have a specific color M&M in her room. And all
I think it
that
was,
stuff.
was it
White.
Liza? It might have been Liza Minnelli.
Maybe, yeah.
Or
I would give
Diana
Liza
Ross.
whatever she wants.
Yeah.
Also Diana.
Look who's in here. No one. And in this one, there's a little guy. It's a complete catastrophe.
But I can't get rid of it. It's supposed to fold it. I don't want to fold it. It's
And then it's this, and it's I want large bread.
got small bread. I'm
Sorry.
I used to
Spinal
work
Tap
at a
references.
touring. Used to work at a touring house, and like, I'm just saying,
Yeah. Yeah.
people are assholes.
When I
Oh,
worked
yeah.
for an event company, I had to deal with a bunch of those things too. And there was one artist that I won't say his name, but he always insisted he had to have certain alcohol that he would throw during the show. Like he'd like spray the bottles at the audience.
Wow.
And that was fine, except he had agreed and was playing at a all ages venue that would not allow him to spray alcohol. And so it was like this thing between him and the thing. It was like I was like, well, we can do like bottles of like sparkling cider. That's like kind of the same. No, that won't work. It has to be champagne. Well, you can't do that. You booked it here. You picked this venue. You made an all ages show. You can't throw alcohol on minors. And it was just a nightmare. It was the biggest nightmare. All right, back to the game. Sorry. It was my turn to
Right.
deviate. Go ahead.
We're all looking at
She
Stu.
gives you all the information.
All right, there we
gives
go.
you the contact information.
Okay, so we have the contact information for Ryder Stockton.
Right.
Ryder Stockton.
Do we have our backstage passes?
Did those come through?
Yes.
Yay.
Fantastic.
Or,
Are you
well,
coming,
I don't.
Donna?
I don't have them, but he has them.
Do you have? Are you coming
Oh, I'm sure I will.
backstage with us to the?
Oh, now
Well,
or
yeah,
during the concert?
the concert.
Oh, the concert. Well, yeah. I'm sure I'll be there. If you want me to be there, I can be there.
Why not?
Okay.
You spend most of your life behind this desk in a room
You
with no
deserve
windows.
Okay. Sure.
Donna,
Their
their
music
services.
is kind of hard to listen to.
I mean, so are the squirrels.
You know, there's actually some similarity.
Hive mind?
Have you heard? Have you heard their music?
Yeah, I mean, we were playing it on the way over. And now that you mention it,
It sort of speaks for itself.
it doesn't everything. Nowadays, what the kids listen to and what the kids make are so.
We were also wondering if we could borrow one of your hazardous.
Three.
What are they called? What are they called again?
We
Hostile
need three
environment.
Hostile
hostile
environment
environment suits.
Yeah, my character remembers that
Some of
word.
us can't even use them if I had one.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Never mind. Do you want to come with us to the jungle and take some samples for our xenobiologist on the ship.
I can come with you.
Fantastic. You know how to use a hazardous environment suit, correct?
Well, of course.
Yes.
I
You
have to
say
go
that like everyone does.
I have to go down to our storage locker to get it.
Great. Let's do that tomorrow.
Okay.
Today we're going to go meet some rock stars.
It's a busy week.
We're just trying to save a planet. Whatever. It's like, Tuesday. The Exodus.
You're not going to fangirl out all over them, are you?
Honestly, I don't give a damn.
Okay, good.
Yeah. All right.
I just care about I just care about the possibility of psionics.
Okay. Good, because we may end up pissing them off if we start poking around their ship too much.
You want to?
Yeah, I'll make that
So
call.
you're saying you're definitely going to piss them off?
No.
Yes.
I'm saying it may happen.
I'm saying it's definitely going to happen. I know you long enough. It's part of your charm.
All right, so I'll make that phone call to
Okay.
Besides, two crows need
Ryder
some
Stockton?
samples, and I might be able to find something really unique up there.
Well, you want samples of the band.
Oh.
It'll be a surprise.
Oh.
Did I
I
ever tell you
mean, you never know. Like, I'm
No.
I'm not going to kink shame anyone.
Did I ever tell the grossest thing I found in a dressing room?
No, and I don't
You
want
were
to know
there.
now.
You were there. This is before your time. We were at. It's not that. It's actually not that gross.
She's touching the X card.
It turns out it was hair gel, but we didn't realize that at the time because we get the Yngwie Malmsteen played the night before us.
Okay.
At the Galaxy in
Galaxy.
Santa Ana, and we get up to we're in the headliner dressing room, and there's a sink outside of the bathroom because the bathroom is literally a toilet and a shower and there's no sink in there and the sink is outside, right? And I look in the sink and there's a piece of like paper towel over the thing and it's filled with a clear liquid.
Ew.
And I'm like, and we're all looking at it because some of us need to wash our hands. And so I'm like, fuck it. And I reach down inside and it's viscous. It's like almost like oil or something. And I pull the thing out and it goes down slow I smelled it. God knows why I smelled it. And it had like a perfumey smell to it. So I figured it was some kind of hair gel or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. I washed my hands immediately after
Yeah.
that, though.
I mean,
It would have smelled.
I feel like in any case, even if it was hair gel, you still needed to wash your hands immediately
and
after.
clearly, they were expecting us, but they didn't bother to
Check the sink.
check the sink.
To see what Yngwie left in there the night before.
Exactly.
That's nasty.
As long as it didn't smell a little bit like bleach. You're fine.
We just didn't know. We did not know.
I mean, if it smelled a lot like beach, I guess you were really fine.
We're very off topic today, guys.
Yeah,
we're
we are.
really sorry.
None of us can focus.
We're
I'm not
excited.
sorry
We
at
haven't
all.
seen
You
each
want
other
another
in
mason
too
jar?
long.
For Kimmy and I, it's been like almost 24 hours.
That's
I know, right?
But we haven't played this game in a couple weeks, so we're very excited to be back. All right. So we are
Thank you.
calling the
We're
publicist.
going to make the phone call with the publicist.
Go face character go.
Yep.
I mean, seriously, like you're the only one with any kind of charisma.
I know.
I mean, I'm charming, but
Stockton.
Yes, hello, Mr. Stockton. This is Milo Hawkins of the Exodus Foundation. How are you today?
I'm doing very well. How are you there, Marlo?
I am fantastic. We were hoping that we could maybe meet up with you and the band in order to make sure that we are on message for the event that's happening tomorrow evening.
Good, good. I like the proactive nature of this. We like it a lot. Okay, all right. What time are we going to meet you? You're going to meet us? What are we going to do?
I was thinking dinner. Is there anywhere that you would prefer to go? Or perhaps we can go up to your yacht and keep the band nice and comfortable so you don't have to worry about coming down and being mobbed by fans?
Sure. Yeah, we can meet up here. I can have the cook make something.
That would be fantastic.
It's going to be a working dinner. Band probably won't be there.
Oh, not the band at all.
Well, the band's here, but the band probably won't be there because they kind of do their own thing.
Oh, well, I mean, I would just like to meet with them personally, just to make sure that we
okay,
are all
right.
together.
I got it.
on message, you
I
understand?
can probably have a brief meet with them, but our actual meeting, they aren't going to want to be at the meeting.
That's understandable. But
I mean, who wants to discuss details?
I like to discuss details.
Yes, well, the two of you like to discuss details. The rest of us like to do things that are fun.
I like to drink while discussing details.
Look, there's free food and booze.
I mean, free food I'm always down for.
And I bet their cook's a lot better than what we got up there.
I mean, you leave Alicia out of this. She works with what we have.
But yeah, so that's fantastic. I will set up a time.
Okay, all right.
Okay, and then follow for the evening.
Dinner same day.
Perfect.
So
Yes,
fantastic.
definitely that day.
Lovely. I will see you then. Click.
Great!
Okay.
Fun times.
Oh. We have our dinner date, our plan of action.
I guess we could just pass the time by
Okay.
getting ready for dinner.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll just fast forward.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm actually going to go through and get the samples that Two Crows wants.
Okay.
As much as I was being cynical, he does need them, and it might
Yes.
actually drive the plot forward if I do it.
Okay. So you'd spend the time getting a bunch of samples.
Drive the plot.
I mean, by communicating with the band, this is moving the plot forward. Like, it's a thing.
All right. So you get your
That
samples.
we assume.
and
It
then
is a thing we assume.
You guys are take the ship's boat, drop the
Yeah.
stuff off at your ship, and then
Exactly.
I mean, because that's the other thing is, like, I thought we were just sending those samples back via the shuttle.
We were, but now we actually can have a reason to go up there anyway, so we might as well drop it off in place.
yeah, and then they're docked at the same station that you guys are at. So.
Oh, we're like
just-
neighbors.
Can we borrow some sugar?
My pixie glasses just get a little dimmer every time we It's like, oh, this is the best life has to offer now.
You're just like,
So disillusioned. The last 24
really,
hours.
but you're really just in hiding anyway, so it's like, it's fine. You're actually getting paid to hide, so.
I'm sure she feels
Yes,
like
except I
being
have to do
paid
so
to
much-
hide among the Amish.
Right, exactly. It's like
Exactly.
Witness.
It's like,
You're Harrison Ford, and you're stuck.
Okay, so you head over to their shuttle, and they've got guards all over the
it's
place.
like nonsense. Or the Whoopi
Sisterhood.
Goldberg. Yes.
Sister Act.
Sister Act. Yes, I think of myself as Whoopi Goldberg. What? What do you want from me?
Don't judge. She was better in Jumpin' Jack Flash.
I love that movie so much, and then I was so disappointed when he showed up, and I was like, "You're not attractive at all."
It's Jonathan Price trying to be all. And you're like,
So.
okay, sorry. Apparently, it's like
just hit
90s
on this,
nostalgia
like-
night for us.
He
It's
just hit on this really sensitive spot in my childhood.
It's fine. It was
Sorry.
bad last night too. We were testing out my Decuma game, and I had to have like a
was like
bouquet of
3.5
flowers that were
hours.
passing around, and you weren't allowed to talk unless you had
The
the
bouquet.
bouquet.
You literally pulled out your
the
teacher
story
trail.
stick.
We needed it.
Exactly what it was.
I mean, and then every
sort
time
of-
it came to me, my turn, I was like, "I'm not touching that damn thing of flowers. You are not my mom."
You need a conch.
I did not have one with me, like in my house randomly.
Well, we did have though. We did
And
have
the wine bottle.
decoy wine.
We tried
It could have
wine
been the decoy wine.
Oh my god, okay, this derailed us even more. I'm sorry. Continue. Yes, we're gonna talk
Yes.
to the rock band.
Yeah.
We're gonna go up.
And
We're
you're
dropping
grabbing samples,
samples.
yeah.
We're dropping
Right.
samples, and then we're gonna detour over to the Partridge Family style.
We can walk there because we're actually like on the ship. We're on
Chromatic
the station,
melody.
so we just take a walk there.
And I will have changed my most responsible looking outfit.
Okay, all right.
I'm gonna put on a clean Hawaiian shirt.
I'm gonna change out of the vac suit into my normal clothes that allow me to blend into the environment.
Okay.
You know, not too nice, not too not nice, not too ostentatious, but not too plain.
So a lot of beige.
Mauve.
Too much of any one color calls attention.
Taupe.
It's just a matter of like what really your eye allows you to like just glide past.
You just
That's the one.
Chartreuse, taupe, and mauve.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's 60%. It's 60% gray. Come on.
All right. So you guys head over to their ship, and there's guards there. You tell them they're Stockton, and
we're with the band.
right. He comes out of the airlock and he says, "Hi,
Yes, Mr.
Ryder
Stockton.
Stockton, nice to meet you.
Wonderful to meet you. Milo Hawkins. Pleasure.
Take your hand.
And these are my compatriots. You can introduce yourselves.
Shari Melnyk.
Good to meet you.
Hi, Vesa. What's up?
Riley O'Connor.
So you guys are Exodus, huh?
Yep.
That's correct.
Excellent. All right. Well, let's head on in. We're going to swing by the band's lounge
Fantastic.
Great.
and not spend a lot of time there. And then we'll
Well, no one really wants to spend a lot of time there
have our
anyway.
meeting.
Fantastic.
So he takes you like down a hallway, and then the layout of the ship is almost identical to yours.
Okay.
And they have, except they have like a stateroom where they knocked out a couple of walls, and they have like a big lounge for the band. And there's like video games and whatever modern diversions there are.
And a bowl full of green M&Ms, a bowl full of brown M&Ms, a bowl full of red M&Ms, a bowl full of yellow M&Ms, all separated.
The problem is they're all colorblind. They can't tell the difference.
Right.
and
It's a bowl full of every kind of Girl Scout cookies. And it's the future, so there are a lot of them.
s'mores are the best. Oh, those are so good.
Tagalongs are obs the
Stay
best.
on target.
Except
Yeah.
now there's
Stay
gluten-free
on
ones that I can
target.
actually eat.
I bring this game to order.
So he opens the door to the lounge and kind of knocks on the wall. It says, "Hey guys, these are the people from the Exodus Foundation." He rattles off your names, and this is and he rattles off the names of the band. And I can actually tell you the names of the band if you really want to know.
It might be nice.
Yeah, I'm gonna actually have worn like an Exodus Foundation like uniform.
Okay.
I'm a loser, but whatever.
I mean, you gotta fall back on your training at some point.
Yeah.
As we all have.
Yeah. Exactly.
Look unobtrusive so you can shake people.
Exactly.
Look as nice as possible so you can impress people.
Mm-hmm.
Look like you belong.
And the rest.
And I failed out of every career I've ever had.
I believe in you. You won't fail out of this.
No, she's talking about me.
Oh. Well, yeah, no, it'll be fine.
This is my best Hawaiian shirt. What are you guys talking about? What?
Here we go.
Certainly it's festive.
Band members: Toshiro Yamamoto, Elliot Osborne, Emily Horn. Those are the three lead
Okay,
guitarists.
you're going to go a little slower, buddy.
Toshiro Yamamoto.
Shiro.
Sorry, Toshiro.
Toshiro.
Like Toshiro
Toshiro.
Mifune.
Yomoto.
Mhm.
Okay.
Elliot Osborne.
Of the Osborne family?
Yes.
Is he the Green Goblin?
No.
No.
No, that's funny. That's awesome. No, it's no Ozzy Osbourne.
Oh, that other one.
And
Guy who had a reality show.
But that's awesome. That man,
And
that's cool.
Emily Horn. Those are the lead guitarists. Bassist Tanya Vasquez.
Is it Horne?
H-O-R-N.
Oh, okay.
Tanya Vasquez.
Any
is the
relation to
bassist.
Dr. Donna Vasquez?
I
Ooh.
used the same last name, didn't I?
Yes.
No, it wouldn't. No, that wouldn't be it. And the drummer is Seth Kincaid.
Not all Vasquez. Hashtag.
What was the drummer?
Seth Kincaid.
Any relation to Reuben Kincaid from the Partridge Family?
Yes. Down along, it's a song that we're singing.
That's a
Come on,
great
get
song.
happy.
That's a great song. That guy sings it.
I mean, I could name you some monkey songs, and I'm a liar. No, I couldn't. But if you started singing monkey songs, I
I'm
could
a
sing
believer.
along.
Hey, hey, we're the monkeys. That's the one I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause it's
People
a-
say we monkey or
Oh, no, there's tons of.
Yeah.
Take the last train to Clarksville and I'll meet you at the station. No?
Monkeys,
Good
right?
night, sleepy Jean.
All right.
Oh, yeah, there's tons of them.
I bring this game to order.
Great song.
And then I
Awesome
saw
names
her
of the
face.
band.
Some of the best songwriters wrote songs for them.
I'm a believer.
Okay, so awesome. We get to meet them. Hello.
Hey. That's about the
Hey.
reaction you
Yeah.
had.
So y'all thought. So y'all are big into like enviro activism, huh?
And the Toshiro looks up and says, "Yeah, that's why we're here." That-
Yeah. Are you usually like so easy to like dupe?
What?
You
What?
your stadium, like your arena, is built on one of the most ecologically critical sites on the planet.
What?
Yeah, unfortunately, we do have reports that is true.
Stockton, you know about this? We gotta go. We'll be back in a little bit. And he pulls you guys out. Literally.
Can I give them? Can I give them one of the hang in there posters?
Sure.
Thing on the squirrel on my finger.
I'm just gonna hand him a pamphlet.
Turn it
Me
into
too!
I'm waiting. I don't want to do that quite yet.
She's learning subtlety.
Right?
I feel like I'm having a good influence.
But now they'll be like, "Hey, you're the
finger
squirrel
lady."
person."
It's gonna end up on the album cover, just like the U2 boy. It'll be just the squirrel. You're right.
Expanding my influence. All right.
Yep.
All right.
Oh.
Did you actually hand one of your pamphlets out?
No,
Well, I
no.
will eventually.
She gave them the poster
Okay.
first.
Poster of the squirrel thing.
It's like it's a gateway.
Yes.
It's a gateway meme.
That was rather.
So
rough.
what's this about? They built it where? Because I kind of need to know this.
Oh, so we talked to the xenobiologists and your site construction manager, and it turns out that the government had you build your arena on a critical ecological site that you're then proceeded to
Of course they did.
dig up
course
and
it did.
pave over without any thought or foresight to what was going to happen to the creatures that currently live there.
Of course we did. Of course we did. I told him this whole thing was rushed. All right.
I mean, the dude was really adamant about how he had 2 weeks.
Oh, he had 2 weeks. Yeah.
Which, honestly, in my line of work, seems like a lot.
Well, I bet you're not in the stadium construction business.
I mean, no, but I'm just saying, I have definitely done major interstellar damage in 72 hours.
All right.
Not to brag or anything.
So we have a thought.
Mm-hmm.
If this was to get out, it could mean irreparable damage to the band's reputation, which we don't want. Not to
Oh,
mention,
I'm sure they've already got a plan to get this out.
But if
I'm
we
sure
jump
that's on their
ahead of
agenda.
it,
Yep.
if we jump ahead of it and solely lay the blame at the director's feet, say how shocked you were at finding out what a horrific, inhumane plan they had to destroy the current ecosystem and get around, ongoing lawsuits and legal battles, and due to that,
dubious subterfuge.
you're going to hold the concert, say,
On the station.
off-world.
Do you know how much publicity you're going to get for this? This is going to be a major political event, and everybody's going to tune in.
Where are we going to hold this? Because there's people flying in from other planets for this concert.
Yes, but you hold it on station.
And simulcast it to the universe.
Because imagine what those people who spent all that time and money to come see your concert are going to feel about the government of this planet having ruined their experience because of their
Greed.
Corporate.
their malicious intent.
Their desire to bring whatever the name of this band is down.
Boiling hydrogen.
Thank you. To bring boiling hydrogen and show them their place in the universe, and how smart they think they are. How dearly they wish to corrupt the youth who come to listen to their music.
I need to talk to our insurance agent.
And we've even come up with a catchphrase. Hang in there, baby. Have you shown the image yet?
I gave the poster to the band, but
It's fine, I have it in my comm. It's my wallpaper on my comm.
as much
It's gotten
That thing is fucking terrifying.
It's gotten 2.5 million upvotes on Reddit already.
well, if you give the information about why you're canceling the concert,
It's not a cancel. It's a relocation.
Right, but if you think about it too, like, all right, I spend a lot of time watching videos on whatever the internet is now.
SpaceTube.
I spend a lot of time watching videos on SpaceTube. What they're about is not important, but there's a large.
They are
audience out
definitely
there.
about radicalization of.
That's not what they are. Is not important, but you could probably make 10 times as much money if you stream your concert and ask for donations. I mean, concert tickets, sure, but even the big stadium has a limited audience amount. If you get a couple of credits from each person watching live who supports the thing, you'll probably make 3-4 times as much money as you'd make with one concert in a stadium or in a space
it could
station.
be up to as 100 times as much money.
Think of the relocation as a form of protest.
And people
As a
get
form
into
of
that.
protest that you can
And-
cash in on.
And not to mention that protest would lend legitimacy to your cause and to your group, which only works in your favor in the public eye. Legitimacy equals sales.
I see what you're talking about, and I'm on board. The only problem is I have to check with our insurance company to see if people do have a problem with, because we ain't going to have a venue the size of this thing.
No. The idea is that you hold a miniature version of the concert here, where then you stream it to screens both on the planet and across the galaxy.
People might get pissed off.
Well,
I mean, people will definitely be pissed off. The point is to make them pissed off at the government
it's
rather
the
than
point
at
is to
you.
direct their pissed offness at the correct little person.
Right, but I got to make sure we're covered liability-wise in this situation.
Oh yes, absolutely.
And
I
you
mean,
can't-
nobody wants to be open to lawsuits.
You kind of get what he's talking about
Oh, yeah.
because he mentioned insurance and
Oh, yeah, for
big
sure.
events like this, they get liability insurance.
I mean, everyone has insurance days.
Yeah, oh yes.
I speak a bit of the legalese. I wouldn't mind taking a look at the contract, see if there's any loopholes that might be able to get you out of this predicament.
Yeah.
It's got to be quick, though, because they're setting you guys up for this fall. So you want to make sure you get ahead of this and make sure that they don't know you're doing it.
Are you saying I can't read fast?
I'm telling him that this band is,
I'll get my team on that right away.
yeah.
And he sends you a comm the
Fantastic.
contract and says,
This-
yeah, if you can go over that, I'll have my lawyer go over it too, because I got to make sure that we have that our reasons for canceling are within the confines of the
covered.
contract.
Sure.
If it's a covered event, we're good. If it's not a covered event, that opens up the band to liability.
All right, cool. This is going to be admin or advocate.
Advocate. Definitely
Yes.
advocate.
Thank God, that's much better. Oh, that's a 14.
Yeah. it is.
Boom! All right.
No advocate has advocated as much as you've advocated now. Yeah, that worked.
Yeah.
You advocated the shit out of that.
Yeah, I did.
So you go through it and you realize that you are fairly certain that this cause for cancellation would not be covered by their policy.
Okay.
What is covered by the policy?
Basically, acts of God, weather,
it?
illness.
What if the venue isn't completed?
That's not in there.
Squirrel attacks.
That's not in there. Squirrel attacks are not in there either, unless you consider squirrel attacks to be an act of
That
God,
could
which
be.
you
Yeah,
might
yeah.
do.
What I consider.
Acts of God
we have a-
generally cover environmental disasters.
We have a recording
Like
of squirrels,
hurricanes,
right?
Yeah.
hurricanes, tornadoes,
Sure.
floods are all generally considered acts of God.
Right.
So,
We have a recording of the squirrels attacking, right?
Yeah.
Look at that sound. I wonder what would happen if we just sort of played that in the middle of that construction zone.
a lot of it.
Help the scrolls retake their land.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's a win-win.
I really like this idea. It's just crazy enough to laugh.
Ryder?
That's sounds. I can neither confirm nor deny I heard anything in this room.
Do you believe that, say, an act of God would be most unfortunate, but in the highly unlikely case that an act of God were to occur, you would be forced to relocate the concert onto, say, the space station?
I can confirm your contract is within its rights. You would be covered.
Very well.
All right.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Fantastic.
Perfect,
Anything
then
else?
we're all on board.
We look forward to seeing you at the concert. Whatever
And
that
at
may
dinner
be.
in 20 minutes.
Yes.
Yes.
I mean, I made a drink, but I definitely...
Well, yeah, we did show up for food. You got booze, right?
Of course.
Well, yeah.
You're kind of sitting in like a dining lounge area.
You know what?
And
I kind of want to go hang with Ben. I'm a champion bushy player. any of them there willing to take a challenge? You would ask.
Huh?
Any of the band willing to take a challenge? A bushy? I'll come in and play.
Well, they might.
All right.
You can go ask them.
Okay. I'm going to go play bushy with the band.
Perhaps part of our plan could be, since Ethan Two Crows was so good at creating the pheromones for the apex.
Extracting. He didn't create them synthetically. He extracted them from the corpse that we have.
Well, perhaps then he could extract a similar thing from the crystalline squirrels that he has on board now.
And that that would be a great idea.
I think the sound will
Though
work.
it does assume that there is a pheromonal component. But either way, I feel like we're covered.
I
on
think
all
the
fronts.
sound might work just as well. We'll see what happens. We start playing it in the evenings when nobody's around and the squirrels start retaking the area.
But we only have one day.
And they're going to have to
So we
break.
better get started.
Yeah, they're going to have to break through that. Out of character, sorry. They're going to have to break through that dome, though. Like, it's
I mean,
like
we're going to have to do... We are going to have to do, like, a... Like, it's not just, like, hey, let's play the music and have the tiny apex predators chew through the dome.
Yeah.
It's going to have to be, like the mother of all...
Something with a COC attached?
Possibly. I'm just saying they want to pierce domes.
If the dome
That's
gets
not
breached,
an act of God, though.
if the dome gets breached by accident,
Acts of terrorism are included in the...
Oh, it is?
Yes.
If
Acts
the
of
dome
terrorism
gets
are
breached
included.
by a COC,
Oh, then that makes it so much easier.
if the dome gets breached by a COC explosive and the squirrels come in and attack, I don't see how we can fail.
Yeah, exactly. If acts of terrorism are covered, then
Yes.
yeah. Oh, yeah. We're good.
COC. It's
Duh.
shocking.
Like, that's so much easier.
A bunch of rowdy kids blew up the O2.
Whatever. I mean, they're the ones who've been threatening it.
Yeah.
They're just a bunch of cocks anyway.
Yes, I feel better
Who
about
can't even draw a butt right.
Does look like abs.
I mean, it's a torso. If you're really
That's
going
the
to
other
draw... that's like a weird crescent moon. I'm just
Alright, so
saying,
let's-
if you're going to
It's like
draw
an
a butt,
intestinal
Let's
blockage.
stay focused.
it's
and let's-
obviously...
All right, so
like supposed
That's what I
to
imagined,
be
yeah.
like this. Also, who is the Sharpie so people could actually see what we're drawing?
that looks like a vagina.
You say vagina with Emmer. You know what? Staying on target.
Let's call it holding off.
Right?
Like, what rating is this
All right,
podcast again?
so nothing, 0, no, yeah. So you're gonna challenge the band.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to see if anybody wants to play Bushy.
Okay, you go back to the lounge.
Hey! You know what? This place is boring. Let's play Bushy. You anybody up? You ready?
All three of the guitarists are like, "Oh no, thank you, no, But the bassist and the drummer are like, "Sure, yeah."
Fuck yeah, let's do this.
They clear spot off on the table.
Right?
Of course, the drummer.
And the bassist.
They bring out the sake.
It's always a fucking
Yeah.
They bring
drummer.
out the sake and the beer.
Yep. Screw the food. We're
I'm
playing
gonna find
Bushy with high quality sake and beer.
A nice little flat place somewhere to just leave a pamphlet.
Okay. There's they have like a table where they have some like cheese plates and snacks and things.
Yeah.
And you tastefully set one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bushy. Aye.
And you begin playing Bushy.
Okay.
And you're in the
I'm
middle of this.
set for the evening. I don't need food. I've got high quality liquor and
Well, this seems to be in your wheelhouse as far as planning things of this nature go.
Espionage?
I didn't want to use that word, but sure.
I'm just saying, like, if you can't call things like they are amongst your people who know most of your secrets, then who can you?
Do you feel comfortable taking points on this?
Sure, why not? I mean, all we have to really do is, like, a combination of blaming something on a eco-terrorist group along with a minor squirrel infestation.
This is Espionage 101.
So
I did
casual.
harder things like this in my sophomore year.
I remember.
I mean, harder all being relative.
Oh.
Oh, that's tacky. That's really tacky.
I love that movie so much.
I love her.
Alright. So we'll go ahead and start putting... I think the easy will be planning out the situation.
I'm going to
Okay.
be playing video games with the band if they're cool with that.
Okay, yeah.
Do they have like since it's the future, like the super good VR?
Do they have Call of Duty 2117?
Yeah.
Probably.
And as we're playing in VR, and I'm just like rocking it. That's in my wheelhouse. I'm giving them tips. I'm like, no.
So you're playing video games with the guitarists, and I'm getting the bassist and drummer drunk. This is going to be awesome.
What's
The vocalist?
Toshiro doing?
What if I try?
Oh, he's playing video
Don't.
games.
Oh,
The
okay.
three of them are playing, and you're like as you guys are. It's multiplayer, of course.
Yeah.
And you're they're like really, really, really super coordinated. The way they're working inside the game. It's like they're like
Like they share a mind.
they're as coordinated as any trained group of special ops guys you've ever seen.
Nice. Okay.
You're like really impressed.
Okay. Cool. That's exciting. At one point, I like pull off my goggles and like make eye contact with you, and like look at the screen and like look at you, Pooja, and it's like notice this thing, and then I put my VR back on and I jump back in the game.
What's up with the guitar players? How come they don't party?
Oh, those guys, they don't drink nothing.
Really? Why?
They don't. They're straight. They don't touch anything.
Man.
They don't. No mood altering stuff. Nothing.
Nothing affects their heads, huh?
Nope.
Wow, man, they're missing out. It seems like they do everything together, like as one.
Oh, you should see them play.
Well,
Well, we're going
I
to.
have, yeah. In fact, it's in your press report that they play as one. It's pretty.
Yep. They're amazing.
Yeah, well, not so much. They did 3 of them for each. You guys can each do 1. They have to have 3, so you guys are better.
That's true.
Right?
Yeah. And the drummer's like, yeah, that's true.
Bushy, bushy, bushy!
Oh, drummers.
Oh.
Drummer.
Oh, wee lamb.
I make sure I leave a pamphlet where the drummer will find it.
All right. Yeah, not a problem.
Not so discriminatory on the followers, huh?
I mean, the guitarists are like top of my list, but I'll take what I can get.
So they just do everything together. Play together, hang out together, play games together.
Some, not always, but a lot. They hang out a lot.
Do they? They don't seem like they talk a lot,
No.
and yet they still seem to know what they're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You should see them play.
Yeah. Well.
It's amazing.
Once again, we are going to.
I don't know, man. I still think you only need you on bass because you got it down. You need you on drums, and it takes 3 of them to keep up with the 2 of you. So I think you guys are carrying it.
They're
You guys
playing
are
all
rocking
different stuff, though.
it. You guys are rocking it.
So
You've never heard us?
Yeah.
there we go.
All right, so
Now that I have the true asshole,
You had to
Symbol.
design a logo before we could
So-
move forward with the game.
yes,
She's got to paint it on the side of the stadium, right?
I mean I really do, because the idea is not only that we
Oh, and you're making it a
like,
serif font, too.
so podcast listeners,
Serif is the future.
so podcast listeners who can't see, it's like 2 serif C's that are very close together, touching. which kind of makes
A butt. With an
And
O in
with
the
a
center.
tiny little O in the middle between these two C's that are facing each other. That looks like an anus. It is a butt.
Oh, there we go.
So, but let's keep going because most of our
I'm
audience
just saying,
can't see
like,
that.
I'm just saying that the
Here, do a large one and we'll stick it on the dice tray. Sorry, I'm helping.
You're not.
you are the painter in this fucking group.
So what are we doing?
What I'm
We're
going to
smash cutting
do
these two.
is basically just take a. They're not working 24/7. They're a union crew. We're going to. The idea is to short circuit the video cameras.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's the easiest thing. We have the tacit cooperation of the band, so he just interferes. Boop boop. Turn off the video cameras for like 2 minutes. Okay, 8 minutes. So that we can grab
I have
a.
nothing I can help you.
We grab a forklift, drive it straight up through the dome, and
You do the equivalent of a space brick on the thing so that it just flies straight up without stopping. And okay,
yeah, and then we, you know,
play the recording of the squirrels.
we play the recording of the squirrels and tag the building with the COC and the forklift with the COC logo. The very convincing asshole logo. And then you have your act of God. It's delayed enough because your construction schedule was short enough. This should be enough of a delay to invoke your insurance clause.
And I can actually guarantee that the band was not involved because we were playing Bushy Bushy all night long.
And and we can also rope in a little bit of governmental blame because they knew that this site was an ecological hotspot and that the children of Caliban had previously threatened to destroy domes and protect the ecology of the planet.
Well, I think the band should make a statement saying that when they arrived, they found out about the government doing it. And then if they put out a video on the space
You're talking to Stockton, right?
Yeah, I thought so.
I'm assuming?
Yes.
Oh, sorry.
Okay.
Oh, I guess
Just
I'm
making
sorry.
sure.
I was still playing video games.
Yeah, I was about to say, y'all are playing, you're playing video games, he's playing Bushy Bushy Bushy, we're talking to
working.
Stockton.
Okay, right.
And your band has complete deniability.
Yeah. We need to release for timing wise, I think we need to release the band statement first.
Out of character. That's a good idea. Even though I'm not there.
I'm gonna go talk to my crew, and we're gonna figure out that statement right away, and then we'll have Tashira read it. And in fact, we'll do that now, so he rushes off. The rest of the timing I'll leave to you. I don't even know what you're talking about.
Great.
Perfect.
I just need a small window of 8 minutes.
Right. I can take care of that.
Here at Happy Jacks, we would like to say that it's actually 2 minutes, or 2 weeks, or 2 days, or 2 hours.
What?
It's 8 minutes.
Oh.
Everything has to be in 2.
It doesn't.
It doesn't have to.
22 minutes, kids.
It's 2 by 2 by 2 by 2.
Yes.
So I'm going to wander back in because
It's 2 to the second power to the second power.
Okay. I'm going to come back in because
16.
Yeah.
No.
8.
Yeah, 16. Isn't cute? Don't 2 to the second to the second?
16.
Is that the same as?
Yeah.
Is that the same as 2 cubed? I don't math.
You're gonna get nerd rage.
I don't math very well.
So
I think you're wrong.
I'm going to come back
don't
in
know.
now because he pulled the band to do the statement. So I'm going to walk back in and be like, they're going somewhere with the band. Where are they going?
Oh, they just took Toshiro
Oh, well,
because he's the talkative one.
okay, well,
He's the Bono of the.
got it.
the
Okay.
band.
So I'm going to come back in.
Edge does a lot of
They
talking.
just took the lead guitarist. Like, what's happening?
They're going to make a statement about the
environmental impact of their things. They're going to make a statement before we relocate them.
That's a good idea. Because then that makes sense. That makes what we're going to do later.
Culpability, deniability. It's all about plausible deniability.
Well, and it gives information on how just about anyone could have found out about it if they put it out there. Then all the children of whatever it is, the butt people will know that. That gives a reason for why they don't know about it.
Someone in a business suit comes in and says, Stockton told me to give you this piece of paper, and it's got a address or a phone number on it. He says, call it, hang up, you'll have 8 minutes.
Perfect.
Very good. Well, we should probably head back to
Yes, it's getting
our
late.
own ship.
Oh, look at the time.
Oh, so tired. So tired.
Yes. Should someone go
Very
collect?
nice meeting you all.
Bess!
Bushy, 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 go!
Nubs.
You sure you don't want me to stay here and
Yes.
make sure that they, stay out of trouble? And
Yes.
but okay,
Don't you have beer to brew?
well, I mean,
Tea lounge to rebuild?
yeah, that
We're going to need all hands on deck for committing eco-terrorism.
All right, okay.
I say out of character. Yeah.
Well,
I was
building a
not
tiki
an
bar.
accent. It was me. Right. Right, so we head back to our own boat for a few minutes.
Okay.
Well, technically, I think we could just head back down.
We don't need
Yeah, we can go directly down there.
explosives. Okay.
No, we're driving a forklift through the center of the
Ah,
thing.
got it.
And since we don't have to bypass the security cameras, all we have to do is get some spray paint.
We do,
So I guess
I
if we
do- no,
if we
we-
had to get some spray paint from them.
We do need to get some way to broadcast the creature sound.
Oh yeah. Okay, so we head back to our ship. We go run by Ethan. Say, hey, you got some broadcasting equipment with you?
It could be the equivalent of some Bluetooth speakers that we could just.
They can't be traced back to us.
You know what? They have a sound system down there. We could probably maybe start broadcasting through that if we can get.
You did see speakers and stuff. They have all that stuff set
great. Perfect. Never mind. We're doing a premature sound check.
Can you isolate that screech for us in a couple of seconds and just download it to my phone? Whatever the com.
Hey, biologist, can you do this?
I
Sound
mean,
design
how
for-
about we could rope
have an
in one of the
engineer,
other
yeah.
engineers.
I also have electronics computers. Like,
Okay.
I mean, I have computers
It's
too.
done. It's handled.
And
We're
we have
moving on.
Attila, so she's the
Oh,
engineer.
Attila.
Oh, yeah.
We could get Attila.
Oh, I
it's
forgot we
just
had other
even so
NPCs.
much better.
I forgot. I keep leaning on him thinking he's the only NPC.
No,
Now we
we
have
have
others.
a
I
bunch-
forgot.
Hey, Attila, can we grab some, that high-pitched screeching noise?
Sure.
Just loop it. I don't know,
Okay.
like 2 hours of it.
Maybe 4.
it'll help me sleep.
Do you want like the not really annoying stuff, or do you just want the sort
A
of like
range.
low musical?
Range.
Okay.
Maybe with, a nice crescendo,
The really
like
annoying stuff will
opera
be fine.
length.
And like a denouement at the end.
Yeah, it would be lovely if you could.
Okay. All right. She pieces together a sound file for you, and
It sounds
Sends it to your
surprisingly like the biggest top 40 hit of.
You might need to call the band and ask them for access to the speaker system.
No.
No.
it
If
definitely
between the
shouldn't.
4 of us, if
All
we
right.
can't access a basic
Okay.
PA speaker system, we should all just give up.
Okay.
Plus, then that would be able to be traced back to them if we have their access codes
Yeah.
or whatever. Yeah.
So we have the file. We have a speaker system.
You just need a forklift.
I mean, they're there. I mean, it doesn't have to be a forklift. Technically, it'd be like one of those
Rovers or
your claw things. They're
a
like
backhoe.
Backhoe.
yes.
The space backhoe.
It just has to be a really big piece of machinery.
Space backhoe.
space backhoe.
All right.
So
yeah.
we grab a. Let's do the. Okay, so let's identify the machinery that we want to use. That'll be big enough.
Do I have that skill? I might have a skill for that. Hold on. Carry on.
It would be
Ooh,
some kind
I
of.
have grav flyer. That's it.
Perfect. I have grab fire as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have one.
That's the air raft skill.
I have heavy weapons vehicle. Does that count?
No.
Well,
What if the heavy weapon is the vehicle?
is a bulldozer in a tank?
I have drive.
Yes.
Similarly?
I have a drive walker.
You drive walker?
Yes.
If a bulldozer
It was made to seem like this might be more useful than I guess it really is when we were
like
creating
calculus.
characters.
I mean, I have explosives.
We just want it to look more like a local eco-terrorist rather than like
The
a
IRA.
yeah.
Right.
Sorry, people of the UK.
I'm just saying that because I'm an Irish.
That's right. That's exactly.
I mean that
what
is
you
exactly
Yeah.
why you said it. So, really, like, how much skill does it take to crash something through a roof, though?
Should put a brick on the accelerator and just, send it off?
Yeah,
Not much
exactly.
at all.
So
Yeah.
we
Says
find
Stork. Stork is now the GM.
so Vesa finds a giant piece of machinery because he's already scoped out when we got
Well,
here.
there's an earth mover there, and those things are huge.
He's already scoped out like what it would take to bring one of these domes down. So he finds a piece of machinery that is necessary for that, and then you rig it to go and do its thing, while we, Milo and I, figure out how to loop the terrible screechy squirrel noise
No problem. I
through the
got this.
speakers.
All I have to do is roll some dice. This is gonna be great.
I mean, people keep telling me how bad this is, but didn't you roll an 11 earlier?
Uh-huh.
I believe in you, Stork.
Do you?
Awesome.
Okay. So you've got a couple hours before, because they're actually working 2 shifts. So what would be third shift, which would be like between midnight and 5 or 6 a.m. There's no one working on the site.
There is no graveyard shift.
Correct.
Great.
So, any prep anyone needs to do or anything before you go head down?
Dress all in black.
Okay.
Or all vac suits like look the same, right? Ours aren't like Exodus Foundation vac suits.
You have patches on them that say Exodus Foundation, yes.
Put some gaff tape over that.
Yeah, I'm gonna like put a whole bunch of gaff tape spots on, so it, like it's not like just the place for the Exodus Foundation. So it's like
Okay.
We all
Decoy.
disguise.
Yeah.
We basically put like streaks and tips. We spray our vac suits with black streaks and tips.
Okay.
I'm going to put some white patches. We'll cut out the little white one and write the COC butt thing on people's arms.
Even better.
Yep, there it is.
and make sure the visors have like the,
The
sun protection
COC
thing on.
symbol.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, you polarize the visor
yeah,
so,
so
it,
you
so
can't see your
the face,
faces.
right.
Yeah, all that stuff.
We do the fun and exciting. We're going on a heist things.
I'm also
Okay.
gonna take a little bit of explosive if they just in case.
Okay.
In case.
You do have explosives.
Yes. And I have explosives.
Not only do I have explosives, but I
Have
explosives.
That's important. It's
There is a
an important
distinction.
It's like I have Mandarin.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say that instead of having 5 charges of plastic explosive, you now have 4 in your ship stores.
Yeah.
I just changed it.
Yes.
Why? We haven't used any.
We're gonna maybe use one now.
I'm
She's
taking
taking
one
some
with
with
me.
Oh, okay. I see what you're
As
saying.
a
I was
backup.
like,
So, yeah, if I don't use it, I'll
I
take
was
put it
like,
back.
oh damn!
Yeah.
Like we haven't used any yet. Where's the fun in that?
Damn space rats. Eating our C4.
I was like,
Maybe that's what this crystal squirrels eat.
like goddamn troubles. Like, why do they have to eat explosives?
so that you don't kill them. Because if you kill them, they are sulfur based.
Yeah, there's an earth mover with a car
They're big.
for scale.
Perfect.
It's so nice.
We've had differentials from those things in our shop.
Yeah.
They're huge.
Wow.
You can walk through the ring and pinion.
Wow.
That's impressive.
Insane.
It's impressive.
All right.
Not even close.
So
I know.
now you guys are taking the ship's boat down. Sure. We're gonna park.
Probably park it where we parked before and just walk
Yeah.
over to the
Okay. Okay. Now there is this is basically you're going into the spaceport, right? It's out in the atmosphere, but it's the spaceport, and there's like control towers and stuff because they have to. I mean,
Well,
and that's
basically,
24
all
hours
we
a
have
day.
to do is we come back down from the ship, and we park, and then we go check into our hotel, and then we sneak out of the hotel.
Okay.
Well, you're calling the shots on this because I have absolutely no stealth skills at all. Well, actually, no, I have stealth at 0, but that's the only thing I have. So you.
I mean, and by sneak out
You
of the
call.
hotel, I mean we just leave because no one's actually checking when we go in and out of the
Right.
hotel.
I mean,
As far as we know, we just all leave with briefcases and backpacks.
I feel like there's. Never mind. I'm not going to help good people.
Well, no,
You're there, please help.
Yeah.
You have tactical knowledge that I
do.
could use.
I'm going to guess that there's at least a camera at each one of the airlocks. So they're going to know what time people leave and come back. So we need a reason to be leaving.
Or we don't show up in the first place.
Yes. that would
And
be-
we just
This is
land the
straight
ship
to-
at the arena.
That's an option.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or farther away from, like somewhere where we could then walk quickly to the arena so that people don't see
Basically not at the
Yeah.
major port. And then we go back to the ship. And then we land at the dock.
it and walk
Have
like
Ethan
it's
cook us up or Alicia, or Attila. Attila.
Yeah.
There's also a Milo. There's 4 people. I think there's 4 in.
We have Attila cook us up a nice little doctored log on when we left. It'll be perfect.
Who's gonna pilot? Because I'm assuming you're gonna want to
I
like.
think that'll be me because I have
I have small craft 0.
flyer
this
grab
would be
0.
small. This would be small craft.
Then it's you.
Didn't have some small craft?
Spacecraft and walkers.
Oh, I have pilot small craft 1.
Oh, do you try it? Because I have small craft 0.
Do you guys really want me to do this? All right, here we go. How many of these am I doing?
Now, basically, what you're going to do is you're coming in like beyond the horizon of the radar or whatever from the air traffic controller. Then you're going to fly nap of Earth in.
Well, because it's a
over.
mesa, we're coming to low, and then
Right. Add Dex.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and plus Dex. Dex is a -1, so 9, 8.
Okay, that's a success. All right, you're able to. You come in real low, behind the mesa's in between the control tower and your ship. So, and you're able to. Are you going to land on the ground and below the mesa, or are you going to land on the mesa?
Oh, is there a place to land below the mesa that we can get up to easily, or pretty
Well,
much just-
there's scaffolding in several places.
Yeah, we'll just do that, and we can climb up the scaffolding and go.
Okay.
Because otherwise we might get seen.
All right. So you land,
All right,
get out,
we're gonna scramble up the scaffold. Everybody out.
Fun times.
and you climb up.
Yep.
Then make the phone call.
As you start to get up to the top, where you can actually see, you see that there's a security guard walking away from you around the side of the.
Make the phone call.
Okay.
I make the phone call.
Okay.
I hang up.
Okay.
I don't actually make the phone call with the thing, despite me making the universal hand symbol of phone call.
Which no one does anymore.
Because I have a neural
It should be like this.
communicator
I make the phone call.
implant. I just think hard about it,
Right.
and then I hang up.
Okay.
I make the phone call.
I'm basically like, I make the phone call, closing my eyes, and I hang up. We have 8 minutes.
Let's go.
Matrix with the eye flutter.
Okay. So who is going where?
We're going to go take care of the speakers.
Okay.
They're going to.
I'm gonna go find an earth mover that I can hack into and just send it off to plow through one of the sides
Okay.
of the dome.
All right. So you head. Are you going to head the direction the
We're all
security
gonna
guard
go.
went?
We're all going in, so I'm following her. We're all following her.
I mean, we're all
in.
going into the. Well,
Oh, are there earth movers on the outside?
The-
I didn't
yeah,
think
all
about
that stuff would be outside.
I didn't
Yeah.
Because they
think about
wouldn't
that.
want to build the arena around them because they may not be able to get them out.
Ah, all
'Cause they're
right.
big.
he's going to go to the Earth Mover. Riley, are you going to go with Vesa to the Earth Mover?
Sure.
So they're going to go to Earth Mover.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to go break into the sound booth.
Okay. All right. So
Which I'm actually assuming isn't locked up yet. Because why would it be?
Yeah.
Like, once we get inside,
It's just
it might have a security door on it. I don't know. It might.
We can figure it out.
either way.
Yeah.
We'll figure, we'll do something with
So
that.
you guys are going through the airlock. You're headed
Yeah, I'm going to make sure I have my COC
stuff covered
back
up.
suit on right.
Oh, yeah.
And we're running over to one of these earth movers, and I'm going to find one that's already aimed towards the dome,
Okay.
rather than having to like drive it myself. And I'm going to basically just hack it in so that it just drives itself and goes straight forward and doesn't stop.
Okay.
That's that
And-
simple.
Once you're done with that, you like plaster, like you hit the place. You basically tag the place with the COC.
Okay.
Did we call the number yet?
Yeah.
She's called.
Yep.
So
Because
Give-
like you have to have the butt everywhere.
do you have mechanics or something like that?
I think I do. I have.
Any kind of mechanical skill at all?
I have mechanic 1.
I have
okay.
engineer, jumpman, and power, electronics, sensors, and remote. Do any of the engineering ones work?
That's all ship stuff. This is just like a. You use the mechanic.
I have
think
mechanic
that's-
1.
No, yeah, that's good.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Oh, okay. All right. So that's set up to go. You guys head in the airlock.
Just saying, like y'all keep talking about this curse, and I keep being like, he's rolling better than I am.
Look, nobody's more surprised than I am that actually came out as a 10. Truly.
You guys go inside the airlock, and you kind of, there's a window, and you can kind of, there are people you can not like security guards
Okay.
in there.
Distraction.
I can do that for you.
No, you're busy.
Yeah.
We're working together.
Yeah. Oh, I thought you were doing it through comm.
I mean, if you think you can handle the speakers on your own,
I mean, I have electronics comms, but would it be comms or would it be computers?
To do what?
to mess with the speakers to get to play the.
Oh, comms would
Okay. Right.
either one probably, but comms.
Yeah,
would-
then I'll go up to them and start asking them questions of an authoritative nature.
Okay. All right.
When you're COC
I have no
vaccine?
kind of like.
I'm not in a COC vaccine.
Oh, okay.
I'm in a regular vaccine.
Good.
I think
I
you're the
have
only one who's
no-
COC'd it.
I have no, intimidation skill. So
Yeah.
you've got the authorita.
Okay.
Yes, hello. I am
So
here.
you open the thing and you see, and some guy looks at you and says, he's not wearing a vac suit. He says, "You're not supposed to be in here."
Actually, I'm pretty sure I am. I am a representative of the Exodus Foundation, and I am here to make sure that everything is set up for the concert tomorrow. Perhaps you...
They moved up the concert.
Isn't it not tomorrow?
Fine, and then
Yes, of course. I'm sorry, did I stutter?
well, I'm just.
I'm going to need you to show me a preliminary rundown of the day's events, going from the arrival of the band through the rehearsal process up to the beginning of the concert.
I'm just a security
I
guard.
didn't ask you who you were. You'll need to take me to the person who can help me.
Oh, okay. All right. We
Yes,
can
it
do
is
that.
all right.
And he gets on. Says something to someone, and he starts heading back towards the airlock that you just came from. So you
Go in.
give me a quick stealth roll just to make sure you get by unnoticed.
Oh well, at least I have a 1.
I'll say, well, you need a 6 or higher.
So, you said that none of these guys are wearing vac suits at all, or they just don't have them
The
like,
inside,
zipped up?
he's not wearing a
They're not
vest.
wearing vac suits at all.
Okay, well I got a 6, so thank God for that.
Oh, you get to add your dex to it too.
I got a 6. Thanks
Okay.
God for that.
All right. Okay. So you slip by and you're up, and the door is unlocked. So you go inside and there's a giant 24-track mixing board in front of you.
Basically, I'm just gonna plug the scroll noise
Okay.
into the thing, upload it, set it to play on, say, a 5-minute delay, so it gets competitive.
Okay. All right. Give me a quick comms roll.
7, 8, 9, 8,
Yeah, probably.
10.
Okay, cool. All right, it is set up to go off in 5 minutes.
Okay.
Your calculation right now, you figure the cameras are going to, you've got about a little less than 5 minutes and the camera's going to come back on.
T-5 to get the fuck out of here, people.
He's already
Yeah.
walking.
That's fine. I've authority to be here anyway, so I'll be here when the thing goes down, and it gives us plausible deniability.
How long will it take this thing to travel the distance into the wall?
A minute.
Okay. So I'll wait till 4 minutes before and then set it off.
Okay. That you're about there right now.
All right, everybody get your vac suits on.
He goes into like a little side room and he starts putting a vac suit on.
Very good. I'm still in mine because I came in from the outside, so I'm good.
Mm-hmm.
You probably just have to up
Yeah.
so you can
Yeah.
talk. All right. So you get back out. Okay.
I leave.
All right.
We go back to the rendezvous. Remember, T-5. We meet back here.
Where are you spray painting? Are you spray painting too?
Mm-hmm.
Where?
Around the airlocks.
Okay.
Ooh. No, I'm going to put it on the earth mover.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Both.
Well, no, because I have to run up to the dome, and I'm like,
Well, why
I'm
don't
like
I
100
do
feet
that
away.
while you're messing with the thing?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. All right. You do that. You get out.
What?
He's getting his vac suit on.
Thank God. You know it thrills me when you move at a glacial pace.
He gets it on in a timely manner.
Thank God.
I'm like,
And you hear like,
What the devil is that?
and the bleachers in section 9 explode, and this enormous earth mover just
Good
plows through
God!
kind of security do you have here?
What the hell is this?
the thing. He's not paying attention. He's finishing getting his vac suit on.
And then this annoying chirping sound.
Oh, that should be starting about now too.
Mm-hmm.
So, that sound starts, and
Jesus Christ! What kind of operation are you running here?
he's putting his helmet on. He's like,
And we are back at the ship
Yeah.
and going in for our regular docking
okay,
to finish our timeline of
give me
deniability.
give me one more piloting roll, because there's still some evasion.
4, 5, 6, 7. 7. Eek. An 8 is what I need? Oh, no, wait. You
He's not there.
were the
I-
pilot, weren't you?
No,
I have
was not.
pilot spacecraft.
I have pilot small craft, so yeah, it's 1. Okay.
Yeah, you're fine. All right.
Oh. I mean, yay.
Damn. I
was
also have
the
gravity flyer.
Yeah, this is an actual ship. It's
Oh,
just
okay,
a
that
small
makes
one.
Well, I have
Grab
pilot,
flyer would be the air raft.
I have pilot
Oh.
1, and I also have flyer 0 for grab, but I have pilot 1 small
Flyer
craft.
flyer is different. Flyer's
know.
an airplane.
I'm just saying that's what I have.
Okay. So it comes through, the dome part shatters and stuff starts falling in and it starts caving in.
getting-
And that thing is still going.
I'm getting the bloody hell out of here.
I suggest you do the same.
Yes. We will resolve this later. And I flee
Okay.
for my very life
All
to
right.
the rendezvous point.
So you're going out the airlock.
Well, no, you would have to go like just book it back to the.
To our hotel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
That's what
you
it's
would book it back to like the normal place
Right,
because
'cause
we've
I have
already.
alias, yeah.
Yeah.
Or alibi. I have an alibi. Yep. That's a good call. That's what I would do.
Okay. So you come out of the airlock, rush over to the nearest scaffolding, start going down, and you can see the earth mover is now emerging out the other side of the stadium, and is now heading for the edge of the mesa.
Nice.
With a big COC all over it.
Right.
Yes.
Butts.
The COC butt.
I love it.
And you watch it as it and it falls and makes a huge catastrophic noise as it lands on the ground. as you're going down the stairs. It shakes the ground. It literally shakes the planet. It's like
What's happening with the squirrel noise?
The squirrels are. Turns out most of them moved off the mesa. So as you're coming down the ladder, they're coming towards.
You're coming back up the mesa?
Right.
Oh shit!
Yes.
Squirrel stampede.
It's awesome.
And
Run, buddy. Just run. Don't walk. Run the fuck away.
and they can kind of glide, so they kind of jump, and they're kind of like hopping up the scaffolding
Like flying squirrels.
as you're going down.
Okay, good. Yeah, I will give them the right of way.
Okay.
Are there thousands of them? Or dozens?
No, there's a lot. There's a lot. Maybe not quite thousands, but there's a lot of them. More than you saw before.
Hundreds of motherfucking apex predator squirrels.
Right.
With wings.
Apex. I can speak, I swear.
You sure you don't want another
It's
mesa?
been a lot of whiskey.
Also just
You
a
may
lot of
have to
excitement.
jump
All right.
because they're coming at you, and they're not ignoring the fact that you're there.
Right.
And they have piranha teeth, yeah. We've established that.
I mean, it'll take a little while for them to get through your back suit.
Right.
But that is a lot of them.
It does take a long time. It actually takes quite a while to get through that.
Don't imagine I can diplomacy my way through this, can I?
Oh no.
Okay.
Squirrels, lend me your ears.
If you want to use, you can use what is it, brawling or unarmed combat. If you want to try to like smash some of them that are trying to.
Yes, antagonize the hundreds of squirrels.
No, path of least resistance. I will.
But I mean, most of them are on the scaffold now. So
Okay.
if you were to jump, you'd probably be clear.
Okay.
But I'm going to make you make like a. Is it athletics?
Athletics, yeah.
It'd be like athletics,
Ooh.
dex,
Ooh.
in
Okay.
order to
Well.
not hurt yourself.
Oh shit! I'm taking it at a -3 because I don't have athletics at all. I
And
have
I'm
Dex
gonna-
+1.
I'm going to say it's going to be like a. It's not an insignificant fall. I'm going to say it's probably, if you fail it, it's probably 2 dice. If you get a critical failure, it's probably 3 dice.
Oh, damn.
Armor
Don't
soaks.
fail.
Your vac suit will soak some damage.
It will
This
soak
is
some.
true.
True.
I think 8 points, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yes, actually quite a bit.
Something crazy.
Okay. I'll try. We'll see what happens.
I
Come on.
mean, Vesa's been through worse. Take one for the team.
That's a 9
Another one for the team?
-2 because I have a -3 because I don't have anything in it, but I have a +1 Dex.
Okay.
That's a 7.
7. So you missed,
Right.
Just.
but barely.
But barely.
So 5 points. So the padding of the
Takes
vac
it.
suit takes care of all of it.
Cool. Parkour.
Parkour. You land front and back. Poof!
Are you a wizard too?
Why not?
Are you in the phone book under wizard?
Yes, I'm an all powerful wizard.
Parkour! I don't think you're actually supposed to yell parkour when you're doing parkour.
I thought that was a
That's what makes it work.
I mean, that never stopped Dresden.
No.
That's true.
All right, I will tuck and roll.
All right.
Really, you just need to slap out. It's fine. Just slap out. Having fallen off a liftgate before.
Yep.
I mean, you laugh, but like,
Yeah.
That's a long way down.
Up a lift gate?
Yeah.
yeah.
On like just a
Truck?
semi?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's at least 7 feet. 6
No,
6 feet.
it's
Well,
not.
no, like
It is
3.
neither 6
like
nor 7
4.
feet.
It's
It's like 5. It was
Yeah.
5 feet.
Yeah.
It's
No, they come up to here. They come up to the bottom of it comes up to here.
You're right.
If it's a regular.
No, you're right.
it was a good 5 feet.
I don't know what I'm talking about.
And slap out. Slap out.
Yeah,
Also, don't fall off a liftgate.
Don't do
It could kill you.
Good call.
it's TL10 is 8, so yeah.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, so I will land on my
Okay.
butt,
Gracefully.
gracefully on my butt.
Yeah.
And then get up and head back
Okay.
to the hotel.
All right. Okay. So you get back to the hotel, and you guys land, and there's all kinds of sirens and things going on, and you see there's air rafts headed over back towards the stadium, and there's a whole bunch of security officers and things.
I'm gonna stop
The fuck is
everybody.
going
I'm gonna
on?
stop everybody before they leave and start peeling off the COC patches.
I'm assuming that we did this on the ship on the way here.
Yeah, for sure.
Everybody double check, make sure we don't have a stray one. Is there one on my back? Are we good?
There's a sign on your back, though.
It says, dude,
It says, get your beer here.
Been here since
Kick me.
session 2. All right.
So, what the fuck is going on, man?
Well, you're over the comms or?
On the to a security guard.
Okay.
I don't actually say man.
There's been
what's happening?
There's been some kind of an incident, maybe an accident or something. We're not sure.
It seems like a lot of alarms for a simple accident. Do we need to leave? Do we need to go back to our ship? Do we need to evacuate the planet?
I don't think so. I don't think so. Keep your comms open. If we'll send out an alert if there's any need for that.
Can you use our assistance? As members of the Exodus Foundation, we feel a responsibility towards colonized planets.
Yeah, sure. And he swings open the little door on the air raft.
Right.
And off it goes. And we'll end it there because we're almost at 8 o'clock.
Okay. Nice.
Awesome.
Good plan, guys.
We did it.
We love the plan.
Yeah.
I'm as amazed as anybody that the squirrels, well, not even really squirrels, that the critter insects actually were going towards the call. I think that's awesome.
I'm so
It actually
excited about
worked.
that part. I'm also really excited about the idea of this mammoth machine, charging its way through the stadium and out the other side.
It was very cool to look at. And then the squirrels attacked.
And then bugs.
Then everything changed. The fire squirrels attacked.
All right. Awesome. Thank you guys for tuning in. You will see us again next Sunday. Very exciting.
Yay.
So, yep. Check out happyjacks.org/schedule, and we will see you later.
Goodbye.
Bye.
The preceding program has been a presentation of the Angry Folk Media Empire.